What up? What up? What's the deal?
What up, dog, y'all? It's your girl Jen checking in.
That boy T Double on the mic. You know what it is.
Period. So stop playing with me.
I'm sure it's not on, but welcome back to another episode. You know, time
It's
to
done.
talk it out.
We're done. Okay, we're cooking in the gym. Now we done shot in the gym. We done won in the gym, and now we hungry. So we cooking. All right, let her cook.
It's a process, you know.
Big Jen come through. Anyway, so yes, it's episode 9, you guys.
Yeah, 9 of them. We won away from double digits, if you know what I mean.
What? It'll be. We're getting old in these podcast streets.
Oh, we still some young tenderonis.
I'm proud of us, though. If I must say so myself, I am very, very, very proud of us.
Yeah, I can agree very much so.
Yeah, so listen, I don't know, you guys. If you don't know already, we go live on Facebook, right? Behind the scenes. So if you want to catch us raw and uncut, catch us on Facebook, on our Facebook page, Time to Talk It Out. Now we're able to go live on there because we have matured to a ripe old 60-year-old page, so we're able to go live on Facebook. So be sure you check out the behind the scenes live. Be sure to check out our website. We got a website now where all of the episodes will be on there. You can just go straight to episodes. If you can't listen, if you can't watch but you want to listen, you can find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, it was another one, Apple, and there was another one. Anyway, wherever you get your
podcast. That was it, I think. It's on all of them, but I think you named them.
Wherever you normally watch or listen to your podcasts, okay? So we love y'all. Thank you for being here today and for watching all of our videos. Let me see if I can flip this like this. Sorry. Okay, so, y'all, we just gonna get right into some tea. I've been trying to keep up with the tea, but I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not. Auntie don't be on the internet like she used to. Okay, Auntie be having other stuff to do, and I don't have time. Okay, but I do have a couple of notes, okay, because once you get to a certain age, you need to start writing stuff down. Okay, so I have...
No notes.
You say what?
We don't take notes.
Don't take notes?
We don't take notes.
I take notes.
Yeah, that's when you get on up there.
I'm on up there, okay? I'm 40. So, I'm on up there and I'm taking notes.
I ain't there. Yeah, you got a couple more to go before you start taking notes.
Man, I'm taking voice notes because I might fuck around and forget to write it down. So I got to take, hey Siri, okay? That's one of the reasons why I got this stupid ass iPhone. Because I'm able to just be like, boo, 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 boo. Okay? So I got my notes. Don't you age shame me, you young tender. Anyway, speaking of young tenders, okay, let's get right into the tea. So y'all already know what I'm about to talk about, right? Let's just get right to it. Everybody been talking about this young guy, this young man, okay, because he is a young man. He is not a boy. I'm so tired of everybody talking about, oh, he is a child, he a boy. No, he's not. He's 23 years old. He's almost, okay, thank you. And so do a lot of young men, apparently, because, what's his name, Anthony Edwards?
Oh, yep, exactly, yeah.
Anthony Edwards is a basketball player. And I did my research today, y'all, because I really didn't know a whole lot about this young man. I'm not even going to lie. Because our Pistons was not doing too good these last couple of years, I haven't been paying attention to basketball. I'm not even going to lie. I've been a football fan. And I've been focused on football. But now the Pistons are doing a little better. A lot better. Shout out to the Pistons. They actually made the playoffs this year for the first time since 2019.
Cowboys,
I'm very proud of them.
Eastern Conference, 5th seed, man. Boys had a good season. Great turnaround. Yeah, they triple wins from last season. The only team to do so. Yeah.
Talking about that, the only team that got triple as much better or 3 times better.
I never did it in one season.
Dope. Very proud of the Pistons, so yeah. But since the Pistons has been doing better, I guess I've been paying more attention to basketball. And so apparently this guy, Anthony Edwards, a couple of years ago got like a 250 plus million, not 250,000, not 2.5 million, but $250 million contract. And what he chose to do was commence to getting women pregnant. Now, this woman, Ayesha Howard, she apparently likes mature women because she's 38. And she also shares a child with Lil Baby. If you don't know, Lil Baby is a rapper. And he's a pretty successful rapper. Over the last 5 years, he has made a lot of money. Let's just say that. He made some good records and he made a lot of money. So that was her first baby daddy. I think the baby maybe 2-3 years old. I don't know, 8 years old, something like that. The baby is up there in age. When she got with Lil Baby, I think, they said she was 30 and he was 21. Okay.
She obviously likes him young as well.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with that. Niggas been dating young girls since the beginning of the time.
I was just saying we spoke about him liking older women. I was just putting that
right. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing really wrong with May, December. As long as everybody is of legal age, it's nothing wrong with that. So she must like young boys, which we'll talk about that later. And so she went from Lil Baby, and then I guess Lil Baby got with the girl that he with now. He been with her for about 5 years or so, and left Ayesha Howard to raise her child as a single parent. That's fine. He's paying his child support, I'm sure. No, I haven't heard nothing about Lil Baby being a deadbeat dad. He's just not with this Ayesha Howard chick. Okay. Fast forward to 2022. She meets the Anthony Edwards dude. Now, this was after Anthony Edwards was already in the news in 2022 in the same year because he had got some other girl pregnant, and there was some scandal because text messages leaked about him trying to encourage her to get an abortion. So then fast forward 2 years later, he gets with Ayesha Howard, gets her pregnant, and then what does he do? Block or ignore whatever to where she has to start texting him, and then he commences to encourage her to get an abortion via text message. She refuses, and he's very dismissive, very rude, very crass, and he acts as though she took his sperm out of the condom and turkey basted it into herself to get pregnant by him. That's how he acted. And unfortunately, but not surprisingly, most people on the internet, and crazy enough, it's a lot of females too, they act in the same way. They're acting as if this woman just went and, like I say, got a condom out the garbage and got herself pregnant. This man has a pattern. He obviously does not use condoms, and that's apparently a thing in the athlete circle. Them niggas don't use condoms. So, because one girl, Brittany Renner, who was another runner and liked to run around the celebrity scene and, date, sleep with a lot of guys, which I'm not hating in no way. I'm not speaking negatively of it. I'm just saying she know what she's talking about. She done dated a lot of athletes, slept with a lot of athletes, whatever, and she's like, they don't use condoms. She like, if you want to get a bag, just sleep with an athlete, you can get pregnant by him because they're not using condoms. So apparently this little guy or this young man following right in that pattern, and it's just getting these women back to back pregnant and just telling them get an abortion, oh, that's a form of birth control, instead of just wanting to get a vasectomy. If that's the case, if you just don't want no kids, or just put a condom on, or go celibate, whatever you need to do if you're trying to protect your $50 million. But $250 million is a lot of money. He probably I don't really care. What if I make a settlement, which is what he ended up doing with this lady, Ayesha Howard. I just get them pregnant and pay them off until I get one pregnant or until I actually feel like settling down, which could be 5-10 years from now. He could be they have 5, 10, 20 kids by then. Nick Cannon, and just paid $120,000 to $300,000 to 10 kids. That's still only $3 million. The nigga got $300 million. He can go out here and just pop kids and walk away. But y'all want to say it's the women's fault. Or a lot of people is blaming on women she put herself in this situation. Put herself in what situation? To have a baby by a man that's going to at the very least pay for it? Because half of these niggas that's out here running and not paying. Or half of the niggas is getting you pregnant so you could take care of them. And now not only are you taking care of a baby by yourself, but you're taking care of a baby and a baby daddy. So, I don't see an issue with it. She ran a risk of the nigga running off whether he had money or not. You know what I mean? So, it just makes more sense if you're gonna get pregnant or if you're gonna just be out here messing around with niggas. At least she smart enough to mess around with niggas that she not gonna be out here financially raising a kid by herself and emotionally raising a kid by herself. That's my opinion. What's yours, T-Double? Because I feel like I've just been talking too much.
No, not at all. I feel like that's cool. I'm with it. Whatever, whatever whatever happens, happens. I'm with it. I feel like if you got the money to pay, not saying that that's the right thing, but if you got the money to pay and then saying that you just gonna say, you know, you're gonna stay away because paying is what you feel like that's the most you gonna do. Hey, well, you know what? Go for it. Everybody ain't got that position to do that. Not that that's the thing to say. You might regret it later on down the line, but you know, at least you didn't just leave them out high and dry because you could have just left a motherfucker any kind of way, and it happened to plenty of people. So I mean, you know, the little settlement deal. Do I think it was enough? Probably not, but you know, if it's accepted, it's accepted. You know, if she was good to run with it, she the one got to do the long haul. She the one who got to take care of the baby. You know what I'm saying, down the road. So if she was good with it, it probably was good enough for her to continue to double up on the bag. She bought a trucking company with some of the money, so she's looking to
legacy
double up.
for her kids.
She's looking to double up. So I mean, you know, if that works.
I mean, at the end of the day, she looking to leave generational wealth for her children. You know what I mean?
She gotta have something because the money, just spending it and not making nothing with it is gonna run out. You know. So
almost definitely.
I feel like, you know, that's kind of a thing. She was after, she stuck to it, and she doing her thing with it. They both had some wrong ends on both of their parts, but you know, it just turned out to be that both of them probably happy at the end, how it turned out. So
I mean, I personally don't see where she was wrong. People on here, the internet that is, talking about she's being predatory. It's like, how? She have a preference. She like younger guys. They're not underage, so how is she being predatory? She like younger guys, and it sounds to me like proper punani management. She not giving her coochie up to broke ass niggas. She dating and giving herself up to men who she know at the end of the day will be able to take care of the child one way or another, whether she have to go through the course or whether they're gonna be good guys. You know what I'm saying? Where's the predatory? She have a preference. If it was dudes dating younger guys, younger girls. I don't agree
with them that say that. I say predatorial. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with those guys. I don't think it was that. But I do feel as if it's still some wrong on both ends. I'm not going to sit and not.
Where's she wrong?
You placing you got a type. Your type is not a certain nigga, it's money. That's where you're wrong. You're just chasing a bag.
But who's to say that though? Why is that? How do you know that that's the only thing she go after?
A track record.
It's
just a pattern. It's a pattern.
I'm saying, so you want her to date broke niggas?
No, you don't date somebody for what they got, right? I thought you date somebody for, you know what I'm saying? Actually, in a way, when you find out of somebody,
no. I'm not finna date nobody pumping people gas, and that's how they make their money.
9 times out of 10, you not even gonna really know how a nigga make his money in the beginning when you first start dating them. It becomes a time where you gotta know him. You don't even know that at first. Now, when you around a certain caliber and you only want to be around a certain caliber, yeah, you can count their pockets because you know where you at.
But I'm saying, what's wrong with that though? Why is that wrong? For her to put herself around rich niggas, why is that wrong?
That's what you're chasing.
Who's to say she's chasing that if that's her circle? That's what she around. And even if she is, who's to say these niggas probably chasing her? And that's what I heard on some of the videos that I was watching today. That nigga sought her out.
And the next nigga that she gonna be with is gonna be a 6-figure nigga, 7-figure nigga.
And what's wrong with that?
Right? So he gonna sought her out too. It just so happened that all 3 of her last niggas was all 6-figure, 7-figure niggas.
Is something wrong with that?
No, they're all went and found her is what I'm telling you, was what I'm asking.
Even if they didn't, even if she do put herself, even if she like go hang out in bars where rich niggas at, even if she got rich friends, so that's where her circle. What's wrong with that though? Your
intentions is you're chasing the money is what I'm saying.
But how you know she not making sure that the money is also attached to somebody that she would be with? She not fucking with niggas that she not attractive with or that she wouldn't date. Cause these niggas is leaving her from what I done heard.
It ain't about she's not chasing attractive, she's chasing the money. That's just clear.
The nigga not ugly. And how you know that? You act like you can read this girl, man. I don't believe that. That's the only criteria. I believe, yeah, she probably don't want no broke ass nigga, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like, that's absolutely crazy. You act like broke is underage or something, or like
it's nothing wrong with. But just say that, right? My thing is, if that's what it is, say that.
She probably is saying it. Actually, she did say that.
What she said, to be exact, is so what if I was at your house and I said you got your baby daddy so you can get extra food stamps,
that's
or you
one
got
of the
with
things
your baby
she said.
daddy so you can get Section 8 housing or something like that.
That made so much sense because them the caliber of niggas that you around. That's the hood you live in. If you lived in Beverly Hills, then you would be around Beverly Hills type niggas.
If you had the money to live in Beverly Hills, wouldn't you live in Beverly Hills? 9 out of 10 motherfuckers would if they had
Atlanta, wherever she lived at, she obviously is being able to be around these types of niggas. Or either they going in her DM because she look good.
Because everybody knows her, right?
A lot of people do know her. A lot of people do know her. I don't know. She might have been a popular stripper in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these internet, a lot of them IG models, you be surprised at how many other stars know them. You know what I'm saying? Bartenders from strip clubs and all that shit.
How many they be trying to get attention from? Or it can go both ways. It's just crazy to say.
Case in
like,
point.
How she don't play a part.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be
the total wrong guy. That's what I'm not understanding.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. Okay, I'm gonna use myself as an example. All right. I don't have no money to be nowhere where Lil Baby or this basketball player is at. I don't have no money to get my hair, makeup, all of that shit done to where I would even feel comfortable going into these spaces. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever she was doing, she had it like that, and them the type of niggas that was getting on her, or that she was. Okay, I would love to put myself in front of a bunch of rich ass niggas. I don't have that capability right now. You know what I'm saying? So if you not just everybody.
You want to do it for what though? What would you be doing it for?
What you mean?
I would love to want to put myself in front of
so that I could possibly marry one of their ass.
Or if not, you looking to marry, or you looking to say, if not, if it don't work, shit, at least I'm gonna be paid.
No, I'm looking to say, if God forbid I get pregnant, at least my baby is not gonna be broke.
So what?
At least I'm not gonna have to spend only my money and only bust my ass to take care of my baby. At least I know the baby daddy is going to have the money to help at least. And that's, I mean, what the fuck? That's even on a, wait a minute, let me finish. That's even on a broke scale. I'm not out here fucking around with niggas that don't have a job, that don't have no ambition. The niggas might not be rich, but I know at the very least these niggas making a check. And God forbid, if I get pregnant, I'm gonna be able to get a motherfucking child support. I'm not doing the same thing I was doing in my 20s to get pregnant by a completely broke ass nigga. I'm smarter than that now. I'm not even about to put myself in the position or in a situation to fuck a fucking bum, broke, destitute, no ambition, nothing ass nigga. I don't have to. I don't have to even be in them circles no more. And what's wrong with that?
Now, what I was about to say, what I said again, nothing is wrong with that. When you being straight up, when you want to say, I'm glad we use that. We use you. You said, when I put I wish I could put myself in a room full of millionaires because I'm looking to get married. So if all things you about to say, what you want to be in a room full of, before anything, right? You about to say millionaires, right? If anything expecting from you, I would thought you would have said God fearing, right? Because that's something because everything else is gonna fall in control, right? It's gonna happen because you genuinely looking for marriage. That's what I want. But when you put yourself in a room and say, look, but if I don't get what I want, the nigga got a bag. You're not looking for a marriage.
That's not true. Because here's the thing. If it's about numbers, right? If I'm in a room full of 100 millionaires, okay, yeah, 60, 70 of them niggas might be deadbeat and might not marry me. They might leave me for my baby. But at least, leave me with my baby by myself. But at least I know 100% of them niggas, at least she's going to be financially taken care of, even if I have to go to the court. That's all I'm saying. I don't want not a damn broke nigga in the pot. So I might make a mistake and be stuck completely on my own. What's the problem with that? What's the problem with making sure that your pool is not full of Flint water and piss?
I'd never say nothing about that.
Why is that predatory? Or why is it that she's... I'm saying that's what they saying. And I'm saying why is it that it seemed like you feel like she's being manipulative or she's doing something...
That's just my opinion.
It sounds like you feel like she's being predatory.
No. I said she don't care about the nigga, period. She cares about the bag.
She care more about herself and making sure she got a bag. If she get a nigga that care about her and that she can care about, I'm pretty sure she would be happy with that. But if she can't, then oh well. It's a pattern, yeah. Not to fuck with a broke nigga. I think that's a smart pattern.
That's cool.
I think that's a smart pattern.
That's cool. That's fine. Just
Niggas should make it a pattern to start using condoms.
Niggas,
especially if you got $250 million and you don't want bitches to get pregnant by you for a bag.
Oh, you right.
Make it make sense.
The females, right? They got the most. They do the most right shit, right? Because when you say some shit like, oh, if a nigga texts me what I'm doing, he should just pay for what I'm doing. Because he texts me what I'm doing. That's the right shit. Because that's what females should do. Because you looking for a nigga with a bag, right? So I understand that. That's how it should be. That's exactly.
A motherfucker should not. Well, nobody. A nigga shouldn't want a broke female. A nigga should want a female with at least her own bag or at least ambition to get her own bag.
I don't want nobody that's trying to count my motherfucking pockets. Because obviously you ain't got time to count your own. So why are you counting my pockets?
It ain't even about counting your pockets. And I feel like no shade back. For real, that's some poverty-minded stuff to even say, because it's not even about counting your pockets. That's common sense. You ain't gotta count a nigga pockets. If a nigga is $1 million nigga, you can tell the difference between $1 million nigga and a nigga that's going from paycheck to paycheck. Especially if you watching his movements for any amount of time. You don't even have to.
So you ain't counting his money, you just watching how he move.
Exactly.
So you ain't count a dime to know that the difference between this nigga and this nigga is he got some money and he don't. The niggas who don't got the money be the niggas who look like it. So you ain't count. So what you telling me is you ain't gotta count. You ain't gotta watch a nigga spend $1. I can just look at you.
I'm saying you could watch how a nigga move. You could watch a nigga day-to-day behaviors, the things that he do. Do the nigga is? I mean, if you ain't talking about a nigga that's just got a 9-to-5 bag, we talking millionaire type shit. That shit gonna be obvious. You know what I'm saying? Google your best friend. You could look a nigga net worth up right now. We talking about that type of caliber of nigga.
Also, what a nigga do? I mean, his field. You around rappers and fucking basketball players. Like, listen, you can be around whoever.
But how can you get around them if you ain't got your own bag? How did you even get around them? How you get courtside seats?
What bag?
I'm talking about the female. How she getting courtside seats to be around them to get picked up?
Do you know you can get a plan? You can pay less than it's like less than like $8,000 to be right there. Just hell, like right behind the players. Like $8,000 because you own.
That's not a bag.
A year?
And that's not you willing to pay $8,000 a year to get behind the players?
You think you got to pay all in one?
I'm asking you, are you willing to pay in payment plans?
If I really wanted to go, I would. Yes, I would. Cause you know why? You ain't gotta go to every game. You know you can sell the tickets and get your money.
Okay.
I talk to the recruiters all the time. How they do this is they sell you packages. They can sell you a quarter of them to the point where it's like you won't even get the whole 40. You would get 20. That's a quarter of the season.
I know.
That ain't nowhere near 8,000 and you still that close. It's about half.
It's still an investment. Somebody, you will have to spend some money, and
I understand spending some money. Listen, going out of town, I'm probably spending easy. No. Going out of town, that don't mean I got a bag. Taking trips costs a little. That costs paid. Do that mean we sit on a? I don't have a bag, but I can get up and go and take a trip. I can tell you that.
Okay. Well, I mean, hey, like I said, I don't see nothing wrong with it. If she's investing her money and making sure that she is around higher caliber men, and, you know, she also invested her own money so that she is getting her own bag, so she can put herself in a room with more rich niggas. So the next, she probably only got maybe about 2 more years of pregnancy, maybe 3, unless she's do some insemination type shit. She's 38. She ain't finna have too many more kids. So
I'm sure she gonna let it rock as long as she can. I'm sure.
So I don't see a problem with it. The girl got 2 kids by rich niggas. Look at Nick Cannon. He got 12 kids by a bunch of light-skinned nobodies. You know what I'm saying? He got a type. What's the problem? Nobody's saying nothing to him about that. Where he's probably able to.
He was putting on his show. Why wasn't he talking about that? Yes, they was. Everybody you letting on your show, you fucking. That's what they was telling him. He got motherfuckers pregnant. That's froze from his show. Yes, they was getting on his ass about that.
Well, who is they? Cause I can't tell. I ain't heard. It be jokes.
No, it don't.
They be joking. It be all kiki and jokes when they be talking about Nick Cannon and all his kids.
It don't be. But you know what? I noticed something that females do is it kind of turns around. Like don't nobody say nothing when duck. But then when it do happen, it be the females, the main ones that be gnawing down, saying this and saying. And then you act like that just didn't happen. Like what?
Like
so
what?
Nothing was there.
What did you just say? I'm sorry. What? Gnawing down?
Yeah.
Say that whole part over.
Going in, like eating, cooking, like talking greasy. The females be the main one talking, but then as soon as something happen, this is how defensive y'all is to crazy situations. Soon as something happen, it's either, oh no, it ain't even, why you think that? Or dude probably could have did this, or it's always a reason why, or ain't nobody never did no. And but then when a dude happen to, if something happened with the female, same situation, shoes change, vice versa. It's supposed to be good all of a sudden. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all getting into something like it's straight, like, oh no, I don't want nobody to talk about it. I don't want to hear nobody saying nothing. But then when the dude do something, it's like I want to hear the whole world say he did this. But when I did it, I don't want to hear you better not say shit, because you ain't say nothing. I ain't hear nobody say nothing when such and such. You want the whole world to say something, but then if you feel like one person ain't say something, it's like, oh, better not nobody say shit when if somebody else, or you see me do it. And it's like, so you didn't hear all the other, that just went unnoticed because it wasn't said how you thought it should have been said, or from the people that you thought didn't say nothing, you just didn't hear what they said, or it'd be like, what be the reason why you feel like nobody said nothing about that?
Like I said, people was saying stuff, but they was laughing. It was a joke. It still is. It's the running joke. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit funny. And
he was on a joking show, if that's what you referencing to.
No. I'm talking about people in society, the vlogs, the news. When people talk about Nick Cannon with all them kids, it's a freaking running joke. But this man got 12 kids. Old girl got 2. This man got 12 kids. There's no way he can spend time with all them kids.
He also got the bag.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So, but that's what I'm saying. But how you know? She only got 2 kids. How much of a bag do she need?
In her network, and she's nowhere. We're talking about Nick Cannon, and we're talking about what's her name? Ayesha
Howard. She got 2 kids though. That's it.
Why? You compare her to Nick Cannon with 12, and he can pay for them.
This is what I'm saying. I thought it wasn't about the bag though.
That's what I'm telling you. She's chasing.
He can't be with 12 women at once. I thought it wasn't about the bag.
That's what it shouldn't be about. But for a nigga who got the bag, you said she don't have a bag. He's already in the room.
Who said she don't have a bag? All she's saying is the baby daddy of her kids need to put their bag in too.
So what I'm saying is Nick Cannon putting himself in the room, or is it? He's already there. He's not breaking his neck to be nowhere around nobody. He already around.
But that's what I'm saying. No, right. He's exactly. So it's you. If anybody was predatory, we would say it's him who's getting these employees pregnant. Okay, and obviously he cannot be with 12 women in 12 households all at the same time. So he doing the same thing. 12 times over. With 12 different women, damn near 8 different women or whatever, but it's a problem because old girl got 2 kids.
He not getting no
and all she doing. This is what I'm saying. That's all y'all care about is the child support. That's the only thing. Because that's not the differences. That's not the difference to me, though. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
We're saying to you, but we're saying statistically, what's the difference? We're not talking about personally, because personally to me, it's a lot of differences too. Statistically, what's the difference?
Okay, all right.
I mean, because I was ready to not say nothing, and then you just wanted me. So that's why I said, listen, okay, so I'm going to say. So now that we saying, now you...
You was ready to not say nothing about what?
About the whole thing, because I already knew.
I thought this was going to be, this is the first thing on my list. What you mean? You already knew what?
Because once you got to going, and then I was like, yeah, I'm going to not say, because on here, I already know what I want to say. You was going to be... very aggressive towards what I had to say, and I'm just like,
oh my god! I hope y'all didn't watch some of the previous podcasts because now I'm really tripping. I'm aggressive. I'm just saying, like, we're not agreeing on this. That's all. It's gonna be more.
No, I just knew you was gonna be aggressive about that situation, about that specifically.
Why? Because my baby daddy don't take her of my baby?
No, I don't. No, because we kind of touched that already, and you was getting aggressive last time. And you said, "Oh, I'm gonna just wait and say this for the show." I already had.
I'm just saying, I get tired of people in society, period. You know what I'm saying? It's always, you know what I'm saying, against women. Women always, the bad guy or whatever. And that talk is crazy. No, that is crazy.
No.
It ain't no predatory. This ain't no predatory. She not putting herself in the... It's nothing wrong with her being in the company of successful people and being you are the circle you keep. So there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think it's predatory or nothing.
It's not. It's not. No, it is not. It is not.
I don't understand how
you can be
niggas
around
mad.
who you want. I said that very clear. You can be around who you want. But when you are aiming to be around certain people for certain reasons, I want to get close to this person. I know he got a bag. If anything pop off between me and him, I know how to get it. I know how to get it. That's a female's end game.
And so why is a nigga gonna be dumb enough to fuck her raw?
That's a nigga's game. Nah, he's dumb enough to do it raw and all that dumb shit, but a nigga's gonna fuck. I thought you was about to say why he fuck. He's gonna fuck for sure. That's a
well,
nigga's
then
game.
that's stupid too. If you know that she's
I ain't say raw. He's gonna fuck.
If you know she a gold digger and you don't want a gold digger, why would you fuck her?
Cause he the nigga got the money. He don't give a fuck about keeping
so
it.
Why
so
we even talking?
He's trying to smash
and
it.
Maybe she don't give a fuck about being kept. So what's the issue? Why is everybody else mad? That's my sin. Why is people mad? Like, how is people mad? I just don't understand.
Say she like
it's a problem or she in it for herself if she gonna be a mom.
But if she don't want to be kept, who you want?
Either way, you know what I'm saying? Like, might as well have a rich baby daddy. There's always a risk of a dude switching up and dipping out. So might as well make sure if the nigga gonna dip out, the courts can at least go get some money and not $40 a motherfucking week.
So
you know what I'm saying? Maybe she didn't want an involved baby daddy. Maybe she wanted the type of nigga that was gonna leave her the fuck alone and just pay his child support.
So say that.
She don't say that to who?
Say that.
Say that to who? If he wouldn't have fucked her wrong, he wouldn't have had to be saying nothing to because he wouldn't have been the one who had to give her the bag.
That's correct.
She don't owe him no motherfucking explanation. She don't owe him no explanation. He should be wrapping his shit up anyway.
Right.
Owe his ass no explanation.
That's correct.
He owe his kid something though. If the kid born, he owe his kid because the kid don't got shit to do with shit. Yeah. So he gonna have to deal with that between him and God. Because once that kid is born, that kid is a whole separate human being, and the mother is not the one who abandoning the child. The father is. The father is going to be the one who's going to have to answer to God. We on this podcast, people on the internet, the parents, like the grandparents, like whoever have opinions can have their opinion. But when it comes time to open up that book in front of the Most High, that's who that father gonna have to answer to, where it say in the Bible that a man's supposed to take care of his child and provide for his seed. It don't have nothing to do with the baby mama. He could have a whole separate relationship with that child. He rich enough to get a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Separate visitation. If he don't want to do that, then like I say, he don't have to, but he's the one who's going to have that on his character. It don't have nothing to do with that woman. Nothing at all. She can't predict the future that she was even going to get pregnant. She definitely can't predict the future that he was going to be deadbeat. You know what I'm saying? That's all on him. He a grown man, 23 years old. He's not a child, 13. He got $250 million, and he got other kids. And he got other kids. And he got other kids, but he's not. Yeah, but he's not no damn kid. He's 23 years old.
When females can now tell me if I'm wrong, because I can remember a time specifically. I was like 21 or something like that. Trying to talk to this one lady, she wasn't even like a lot of older than me. Cause I talked to somebody 18 when they was 40. I was 18. That's what I talked to somebody older than me about. I can remember being 21. I think baby was probably like just turning 30 to be exact. She told me, you a baby. Females, have you not heard?
Females prefer.
Have you not heard? Being from your 20s, early to mid 20s as a man, have you not heard? You a baby. You don't even know what you want yet. You a baby. But now since we talk about a 250, because he got 250 million, that's because he did what he was supposed to do when he was supposed to do it. So now he a grown man.
And
yeah,
he's not doing what he's supposed to do because he should be using protection.
No, that's fine. That's fine, but that's fine.
Like
that's correct. But that don't take away that if he didn't have $250 million, they'd be calling him a baby.
I mean, he obviously still a baby. He obviously still childish as fuck, but he not no baby like that to where he's not mature enough to take care of a child. Let me finish talking, because let me tell you why I'm telling you. This nigga got a baby already, babe. Let's not leave that out. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I've been to that.
So why is we acting like she ruining his life?
I ain't say nothing about nothing. I said if they cool with it, if they like it, I love it. Only thing I said about this whole thing is they both have some wrong into it. I ain't say she wrong for taking the child support money. I honestly said that's probably not enough. But I'm wrong, so I'm gonna be quiet on this. I'm gonna
Where I said let's roll back.
No, we ain't doing that.
I never said you was wrong. I asked how was she wrong.
I said she got some wrong on this because she puts herself in the room with niggas that got money to basically corner a nigga. Or I ain't gonna say corner a nigga like pressure him, but you basically, you making a nigga your prey without, you know what I'm saying? Women know what they doing. You don't have to say nothing to a nigga. You know what you got on. You know how you wearing. You know what you doing when you walk up to this nigga, how you talk to this nigga. Don't play with me like you just far from the room and he looking at you way from afar like, damn, bro, who is that? Man, send her a bottle. No, you look at this nigga, you walking by this nigga, he's not, listen.
That never happens?
Listen, if it happened, you didn't make, you ain't never got a bottle from a nigga you ain't make eye contact with.
Oh my God, so you can't even make eye contact with a motherfucker. And that's not true either, because bitches get bottles from niggas that they make eye contact all the time. A nigga seeing bitch that ain't paying them no attention, and that's how he'd get her attention, by sending her a drink.
He seen you first and tried to get your attention. You made eye contact with him first.
Oh my God, that's not always true. That's not always true, because I know for a fact, me personally never received a drink from a nigga that I didn't even know was in the fucking bar on my daddy and my unborn child. I've gotten a drink from a nigga that I did not even know was in the building.
That's possible.
So that's not true.
Okay.
Like, I just feel like we as women, we can't win. We are always at fault.
The thing is, ain't nobody losing. And I'm not, the thing is,
women are always at fault.
But you trying to sit and say that's all that man fault. That's all his fault. Why this whole thing happened. And that's crazy. But I'm saying both of them played a part. Because if that's the case,
both of them played a part, but he's the only one that's wrong.
She got some wrong to it.
No, she don't.
Yeah.
If that's the only thing you saying she doing wrong, she definitely don't got no wrong.
If you ain't chasing the bag, why didn't you wear
female condoms
too? Why didn't you put a female condom on?
Ain't nothing wrong with chasing the bag.
So why didn't you put a female condom on?
Ain't nothing wrong with chasing a bag or a baby.
So when you noticed that wasn't put no, why you didn't put a female condom on?
Maybe she wanted a baby.
You're chasing a bag.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Prime example. That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying that's wrong though. I'm not saying that's wrong.
If you want to get married to the nigga, no.
Maybe she didn't want to get married.
No, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe she didn't want to get married. That's not. Oh my God.
As soon as a nigga do it, I just wanted to fuck just to get her pregnant. He wrong, right?
No, but here, no. Why else do you have sex? Now, if the woman is stupid enough to fuck you without a condom, knowing that you the type of nigga that just want to get you pregnant, then she's wrong. She's dumb. If she get tricked, then she just get tricked. It is what it is. You the one, you know what I'm saying? You the one that's wrong then. You know what I mean? But this nigga he didn't just get tricked. Nobody poked a condom or anything like that. He had just had somebody else pregnant a couple of months before, or like the year before, and did the same thing to them. So it's a pattern with him too. Just like you saying it's a pattern with her to get pregnant by rich niggas, it's a pattern with him to get bitches pregnant and tell them to have an abortion. And to start treating them like trash after he found out they pregnant. So yeah, I guess if she did have do anything wrong, it was, I would say if she knew about his previous situation, which she should have because the shit was on Google, then she should have known that, you know, he was going to tell her to get an abortion. And of course, if she didn't get an abortion, she was going to be able to just go to court and get whatever bag she can get. She was trying to go to court in LA where the bag would have been bigger, but because she lived in Georgia where she met Lil Baby and where she getting her child support from Lil Baby at, they put the child support in Georgia. So that's why the bag was smaller, but you know what I'm saying? She lives there. I lost my thought. I had a good thought too. But all I know is I don't feel like she's wrong. The girl is 38 years old. You know what I'm saying? She might have wanted one more baby. You know what I'm saying? He was stupid enough to have sex with her without a condom, even if she was trying to get pregnant. You know, she can't predict whether or not he is going to take care of the baby. She might have thought he really liked her. And he was going to take care of her baby. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe she didn't even care. She just wanted to have another baby before she couldn't have no more babies. And she was having sex with somebody. It was him. He had money. Just so happened. Why would she have sex with a broke ass nigga? Whether she was trying to get pregnant or not. But especially if she was trying to get pregnant, she not gonna have sex with no broke ass nigga. And I don't blame her. And I don't think it's predatory because she gonna have sex with somebody. So it might as well be somebody with some money. I think it would be stupid of her to go out here and mess around with mediocre niggas, especially when her, lifestyle level is already to a certain caliber. Whether her parents had her like that at first, that's how she got around Lil Baby to get pregnant. Somehow she got around Lil Baby to get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So either way it go, I feel like she not wrong. She did everything right.
Yeah, I'm done with her because I'm done.
She did everything right.
She living off child support. I don't even want to. Come on, man. How far?
But that's not necessarily true, though. That's not necessarily true. That girl not living. Look, that girl not ugly. That girl could get a bag off of internet doing YouTube and shit like that.
Now, for sure.
The girl could have got a bag off of the internet just without none of them baby daddies. She could have just had a podcast or a vlog channel. She didn't even have to have OnlyFans. She could have did makeup on YouTube or anything. The girl is gorgeous, and she obviously ain't stupid. So I'm pretty sure she could have got a bag any kind of way she wanted to, and she probably already had a bag. That's how she got in front of the niggas that she got in front of to just increase her bag rather than to get in front of some broke niggas and have to take care of them and have 2 kids instead of 1. She did great. Big ups. Drop one of Clue's bombs. How you do this? How you clap? Period. Okay? Shots fired at, deadbeat dads and, dumbass hoes. Okay? So, you got any last words for this?
I'm so done with that. That's way out for me. Far past. That's Florida and
Washington State. Washington State would be probably like the. Anyway, okay. Speaking of baby daddies, right? Let's just stay on that. I wanted to talk about DDG real briefly, okay? Because I feel like Haley, however you say her name is. She probably wish she could just get that nigga some prepaid child support so he can get the fuck home. Because he is like getting on everybody's nerves. Okay, like he wants to get a bag off of her, right? I feel like he is like the male equivalent of Ayesha.
No way. Oh, what? Then that mean you applaud DDG. That mean you big ups to what he's doing. I want to Clue's bombs. DDG, because that's how she feels.
You didn't let me finish. I was finna say, if y'all theory is correct, I don't think y'all theory is correct, but if y'all theory is correct, then DDG is the equivalent of Ayesha Curry. But I don't think y'all theory is correct. But the reason why I said DDG, he had a little bad. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
You know who DDG is?
I know who he is, right? But I don't know who he is. Which is my own personal problem. I probably should pay a little bit more attention.
You're not missing nothing.
I hear him talking a lot about he made something famous or he did something first or something that he did that he's been doing it for a while now.
DDG?
Yeah.
Want me to tell you a little bit? Because I don't know like everything.
Definitely if you feel like,
Just to fill you in for the context of the story.
Understood.
So DDG is from Pontiac.
Mm-hmm. I know that. Yeah, I know that.
Okay, and he was like a streamer YouTuber. At first, he used to do like the little pranks and play the video game and shit. Had like 1 million followers. Like he had a big fan base, and he shut all that down and became a rapper. And I feel like that's probably, I don't know for sure, but that's probably when he ran into old girl. And from there, right? Got her pregnant.
I know a little bit about Haley. I don't really know her either.
So I'll fill you in on her. She's also from the internet, YouTube, but she got discovered by Beyonce, and that's how her and her sister blew up. They got albums. She played the mermaid in the live action part or whatever. And when they first got together, she was pregnant during the premiere. And he was like doing weird stuff to like ruin her situation, like tarnish her name. Like he just was seeming like real jealous. You know what I'm saying? Because her motion and bag is bigger than his. You know what I mean? And he was like cheating with his ex. got caught cheating with his ex, just doing dumb shit. And so now they broke up. So what I was wanting to kind of react to was the fact that apparently she have an album with, or not an album, but a song with Glorilla coming out. And he went on somebody's podcast and was like, he wanted to work with Glorilla. And she was like, she got to talk to Haley about it first. You know what I'm saying? And he mad because, they broke up and he figured that he probably not gonna get that bad.
I would definitely probably have to just look at it a little bit. He just somebody he like the couple times I've seen him, he just rubbed me the wrong way. I don't really. It's nothing that he do. I can't pinpoint nothing that he do.
He just like how I Show Speed. He that type of nigga, but he just not as big as I Show Speed. He got a bag.
That's what I'm saying. He said he was the first nigga when he got this little thing. This is how I know. I watched Dog do some little shit where they try to say, "Oh, you from somewhere?" And he like, "Man, stop playing with me. I'm from Pontiac. I'm the first person to do." He did some streaming shit first. It's something that he did first. First person with some shit he did or had the most something he did, right? Mm-hmm. I never seen it. I wasn't watching streams. It wasn't like I've never seen Castanet, a whole streaming Castanet. I've only seen like little clips. I've never seen a whole stream of nobody. So whatever the streaming thing was doing at the time, I was not aware of none of it because I was just like, I don't know what, so I'm not saying that he wasn't getting a bag. I'm not saying
he probably was like one of the first ones on Twitch or
probably the first ones who sold or who had a certain amount of subscribers or a certain amount of people on Twitch, something like that. But I'm not saying. Of course, it's very clear. I'm not saying that. He's just lame. It's just something about him It's just something about him it's just not.
I'm sorry. Allegedly.
It's just not, you know what I'm saying?
Everything on here is allegedly. It's just our opinion. And
no, that's my opinion. That's not allegedly. DDG lame, but shout out to Dog, big bag. Listen, shit, shout out to Dog, but I just said you a little lame, bro. But I ain't mad at you. Everybody do their own thing. I ain't mad at you. You feel me?
He annoying. I mean, he just like he annoying. I mean, he cool. He's from Metro Detroit.
Maybe I just seen him on, you know what I'm saying? Just seen him on
no,
TV.
You caught the vibe. You caught the vibes. You caught the vibes. He's weird. So, yeah, and I just felt like it was nothing wrong with that. Girl code, Glow was like, no, I gotta check with my girl because,
But if he getting child support, big ups to Dog. You getting some child support money, big ups to you. We big up to everybody who receiving child support money tonight. Big ups
Absolutely.
to you.
No, okay. Wait a minute. I'm one of those. Yeah, do it again. Yes, and shoot the shot. Shoot the shot. Because if you are old child support, I don't care what gender you are. You deserve it, and the opposite person should pay. I'm not that. I believe because child support is for the child. Whatever the person who receiving it do it for it or not, that's not you. That's just like we was talking about the other day. When you pay your alms, you can't say nothing if the person want to go buy some crack with it. You know what I'm saying? You doing what you supposed to do. And that's between you and God, and that's between them and God, what they do with their blessing. So it's a blessing to have a co-parent that actually is there. So I'm not tripping on that. You goddamn right. You absolutely right. If DDG is the child support, he needs to get his child support and he need to get it on time. And I don't see nothing wrong with that.
I was just big up Dog because he was getting it. He ain't got to get personal with us. We just want him to, we just want to acknowledge that he's receiving it, and we applauding everybody who receiving it. So.
Yes, everybody. I'm not hating on that. So anyways, I don't know. Now, I got some notes here about this that I don't want to forget. Because it says here that prepaid child support, no contact, and an NDA. Now, obviously, it's not an NDA because an NDA means non-disclosure agreement, and we know all the tea. So it must not have been no NDA. Right?
Unless it's something in the works that just ain't.
Or maybe the details. Because have it been disclosed exactly how much child support?
Nah, I think it was just. Only thing I seen was what he offered. And I ain't even see nothing after that. I didn't even see if it was really an agreement to it. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, I feel like, whatever. If she got to sign an NDA. Oh well, but I would have been like, nah, stand on that shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see your child. You don't want to, you want to do da 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 da. Stand on it. Don't try to haven't had no NDA. But I guess if I had to say it, I would have. But I would have definitely tried to protest the NDA. And a no contact, that's on him. You know.
Yeah, I'm sure he wasn't trying to.
That's on him. Now.
Sure, he wasn't trying to have nothing.
Brown.
He got out the way.
That was Anthony Brown, right? No, that was Anthony Edwards. And that's what I had mixed up. It was Antonio Brown who had the CTE and the mental health that he was talking about and trying to spread awareness about it in the black community, right?
I mean, he's definitely the one who got that. I don't know, maybe his mind clear enough to be talking about it to other people. But dog's so messed up in the head. I mean, he's so...
Okay. Well, maybe I put this because I wanted to...
He might be saying that, but he click in and click out. You might have seen him doing that. But he a click in and click out type of person, and it's to the point it's bad with him. Like, man, at 1 minute it's like during his story time, like he can be telling you a story, and it's like he may start off like saying like some real stuff, but then it's like it just go off, and then it just be like, bro, what are you saying? Like sometimes he just be so off, man, and I'll be like, man, that's crazy, man. But yeah, he said they used to hit him with all them little shots and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying, and in the locker room telling him just keep playing and shit, like, man.
See what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. I wanted to put that here. Like, a lot of those athletes, football players, soccer players, basketball players, especially the African-American dominated sports, I feel like they get introduced to a lot of bullcrap as like boxers. Yes, I feel like they get treated like cattle. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these medications, these steroids, painkillers, a lot of this stuff, they're giving these guys, and they haven't even really completely tested it.
They say they gonna let them real quick. I just seen somebody, I can't remember who it was, but he was an old football player. He said they let them take perks, but tested them for weed.
Well, see, because here's the thing, and this, you know me, I don't like pills. I'm not an advocate for pills. I really feel like I hate, especially opioids, but I feel like that's because they didn't tell people about the mismanagement of them. And so in the black community, in the hood especially, I can't stand them. But in settings like that, and especially if you got good professional doctor, if you actually got pains and stuff like that, those type of medications can work if you know the risk and you know how to take it. You know what I mean? But when they first, that's what I was about to say. When they first started giving it to them, though, they didn't know. When they first started giving it to the public, the manufacturers wasn't telling the public about the side effects, about the way to really take it. They just was like, here. Because they knew people was going to get addicted and they was going to make a bag. They did it on purpose. It's a couple of documentaries and movies about that.
But he was saying, like, I could never play. He like, I don't even understand. He like, I watched one dude. He said, man, you could never tell this dude was off one. He said, dog will have I can't remember who this was. He said he'll have a nice game. But this player is really relevant to the NFL as far as, like, a couple years ago. He had an interview, and I can't remember who it was with. But he was saying, like, how he could take a perk there, give him one, and he can't play. Like, he just over there, like, just dazed off. He can't really get down, and when he get on the field, like, he don't feel the same. He say one of his boys could take a perk. He say he off a perk, and dog would be going crazy, still having one of the best games. Like, basically, they give them to you before you go and play, so you don't feel the pain, you know what I'm saying, whatever you was going through before.
Exactly. Not caring about the fact that you're high. You're literally high, so you mess around and do some stuff you know you weren't supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself a spinal injury. Next thing you know, Reeves. What's his name?
Who you talking about? Dude,
the white guy who ended up in the
I thought you were talking about Shazier. Dog ended up paralyzed.
A football player?
Yeah, from Pittsburgh.
I'll be right back. Bathroom break.
Can't play like that. But that's for real, though. What they say. My boy AB, though, I love dog. But once upon a time, he was the best receiver in the NFL for like a good year or two, year and a half or so. He ran it. He was the best, but, CTE, man, it took him out. It was sad to see. I was sad for my boy, I ain't gonna lie, man. Listen, man, we appreciate y'all, man, tuning in, man. 9th episode, we got more to come, man. Tune into the website. There's some good info on there. about some good events coming up real soon, man. So tune in if you want to be part of the events. And then we got more events coming up after that. They just not posted yet because we still putting events together. But listen, stay tuned, man. It's a real movement over here. You know what I'm saying? And we really look out for the kids for real. It's a community deal. We giving back for real. We just appreciate everybody for being here. This is real, this is raw, this is uncut, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's a long journey, and this is just the beginning, so it's a lot more to come, man. Feel free to tune in, interact anytime y'all want to.
All right, my bad, y'all. What were you saying? I missed it.
I was.
Okay, so here, hold that bit. A little bit more about mental health in football. This is what I wanted to ask you. So we just talked about how they're giving the players painkillers.
Man, when you make it to a certain level, yeah, absolutely.
Well, do you think some of these, like, semi-pro, JV, whatever, you know what I'm saying, high school guys might notice and they doing it at an early age?
No, you're not tested in high school, but I don't think you know. You don't know. You just don't know. High school, you real competitive. You ain't got to. High school, you pure. Them kids don't. You pure, man.
But they're
you
talking about popping perks in the raps, though. So why wouldn't they know?
They ain't using them for painkillers. I'm not saying that. They not doing it on the field. They might be. I'm not putting it past high school kids. They doing it when they having fun. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting it past that. And they probably doing it hanging out.
That's what I'm saying. What if they find out, though? These kids is not dumb.
They ain't dumb.
If they find out it's a painkiller, you know what I'm saying, and it's going to help them to recover fast or to not feel pain if they get hurt, to be able to run through a hard hit because they off a perk, or to be more aggressive because they off a perk.
I don't think kids, I can't put that past semi-pro. I would say semi-pro, they'd do it. I wouldn't say a high school. I think that's probably the thin line in between. I don't think a high school kid gonna try to do nothing unauthorized on the field. Like, I ain't saying they not taking perks, but I don't think they're gonna try to do nothing unauthorized on the field, because high school kids, once they hear that college and you learn about college, it's a different story. You really want to get right. You know what I'm saying? Like, the mindset is kind of a little bit different. But semi-pro, yeah, they drinking liquor, they smoking blunts at halftime.
Babe.
They're popping perks for sure.
T-double. I gotta stop saying babe.
They're popping perks for sure.
T-double. It's 2025, right? We live in Detroit. We know the kind of kids we dealing with. They listening to the same music as the semi-pro guys. They seeing they 20-something-year-old big cousins do perks. They got access. You know what I'm saying? You got some of these kids that parents ain't paying them a lick of attention. They got access, right?
Yeah, they got access.
You think it's not some of these high school kids popping perks?
They not taking the game serious. Yeah, you know, it's not somebody that's, you know what I'm saying, it's probably somebody that's just their first year playing, or they playing a sport they don't really play, or there's something that they don't really do that they taking as risk, I feel like. Because if it's somebody if this my only moment to be serious, like, shit, we can pop some perks when I get done. I feel like
you think a kid gonna have that mindset?
Yeah, a high school kid. Yeah, absolutely. That's playing a high school athlete.
Babe,
a high school athlete.
You really think that?
We're talking about
kids in high school is not even mature enough to figure that out. If that's the case, me and you will both be celebrities in our field, because we would have been more mature. Let me not say we. Let me say me. If that's the case, I'd be. You know what I'm saying?
I just think it's a different time now. I personally believe that.
What do you mean? Like, it's kids like they more focused?
Kids are making better decisions. I'm not saying every kid. You do have some kids that are, you know what I'm saying? But the kids that really, and I cared about my field, I just didn't make good decisions. Kids that's really into, because now you're seeing a whole different level. You a millionaire in college. Because
you actually seeing, like, how we had to watch, like, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
And then we watched you go to college, you was broke. You ate noodles, is what they told us.
Yeah.
Kids, now you go to college, you athletic, you doing something, you get an NIL deal for millions. Bryce Underwood, shout out Bryce. Bryce just $10 million first year.
In college?
In college, University of Michigan, he signed a 10-year deal. He's gonna get $3.3 million every year. for 4 years or something like that.
Wow, that's dope.
Or it's like 12. It's something like that, right? But $10 million, like, or $12 million, $1 million man in high school. I mean, in college, first year. As soon as he touched down.
Yeah, I mean,
we didn't have that to look forward to.
You right.
You wasn't gonna be
so
there.
you was like, so that's how so that's how dudes was in college, but still like 1 foot in the hood trying to sell dope, and you know
was
because
doing everything you could
try to get money, selling papers.
That's why them motherfuckers was stealing.
You
got so many stories about people that was basically on sports teams in college that was stealing and shit in their city or where they was from. I mean, basically where they went to school.
Robbing people.
Robbing, stealing shit. Carter. No, what's that? No, that's Carter High. That's like a high school, but. Colleges and shit was still. It's another movie I can't remember, but it's based on a true story.
Coach Carter.
No, that's basketball, but no, it's another movie I'm thinking about. But like stealing, like kids was going to jail, like all kind of, but you didn't have money. You know what I'm saying? That's what you did. So nowadays you look forward to even you can be. You ain't gotta. You know what I'm saying? Go to none of the biggest schools to get some money. The small schools got money. You just got to be good. Some of the small schools, anyway. Not no JUCO or nothing like that. But some of the smaller colleges, like people wanted to always go D1. You ain't got to go D1 to get an NIL no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's money spread around. You just won't get as much. You won't get as much. Now you go to the bigger, they'll chuck you some money, and that's why then they threw transfer portals.
What is that?
In college, when you went to a college and played on a sports team, you couldn't just transfer, like, you know what I'm saying, like how they can right now. You basically, you put your name in a transfer portal and you see what schools want you. You couldn't do that back then. Back then, you had to figure out where you wanted to go, cause you fit in a program, send a coach all kind of film of you, all that. You had to basically find a person. Now you put your name in the portal, they find you. You didn't have that. That wasn't a
kind of like a database,
basically.
And they go in there and like swipe left or right if they want you.
It's a portal. You put your name in a transfer portal.
That's
going in there and they look in the portal.
2020 fast technology.
Now they find you, and if you good like that, somebody a lot of schools gonna want you. Hey, we gonna offer you a scholarship. We gonna yeah.
And that's football.
I mean, and that's basketball.
Sports, period.
That's sports.
College
That's
sports, period.
Just in Michigan State.
So, that's all. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I've been trying to watch to see if I'm doing too much of that. But excuse me. So that's college sports all across the board. The students are getting NILs.
Not everybody.
BLs. BBLs.
Now, some of them getting that. No, but it's really exactly what it is. Your name, your image, and your likeliness. You have to be a person with either a name.
With emotion.
Yeah, basically.
So, let's say if it was somebody who came to the school with 5 million followers on Instagram because they already was doing this type of shit. Like, say if a Casanat was 16 when he started making money on Instagram and shit, right? Just let me finish, right? And now he playing for USC, right? So when he come onto the team, his name, his image, or his likeness already worth more than, say, me and you, or, you know what I'm saying? He not gonna get a bigger NIL deal than somebody who say don't got no motion already?
Listen. He could listen, nope, and then they gonna tell him if you want to play football, you can't record, and if you want to record,
that's fine, right? That's fine, and that's all well and good. So now that I'm in college, you know what I'm saying, and I'm going for the NFL, that's cool. I'll stop recording for these next 2-3 years that I'm finna be in college.
No, not at home. They won't tell you at home. You just can't do nothing with them.
Why you at practice?
Because he get paid. His shit's monetized. It's a whole dude right now. His name is Destroying. He run whole 7-on-7 events. He's a fucking YouTube phenomenon because he was a football player. Shout out to my dog Destroying. He went to UCF. That's the college he went to. And he had a YouTube channel. And his YouTube channel was growing and shit. And he was recording in the locker room. And they told him, like, you got to stop doing that. You know, you can't do that. And he didn't have a full ride. If I'm I'm not mistaken, he had somewhat of a scholarship. And they told him, you can't record, you gotta pick, or you know what I'm saying, what you want to do. So he said, well, I'm not gonna play football, I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying, stick to my YouTube channel. So they pulled his little scholarship that they had. He ended up having to go to court. He had a whole court situation with the school, whatever, because I think they tried to take his whole YouTube channel, but he got a whole little thing, and he ended up picking his YouTube channel over the school. So they didn't let him play. You could no longer play because your YouTube gets money and you won't get no money off of us, is what they stood on. Okay. So he ended up not doing that, being a YouTube sensation, linking up with a bunch of football players from NFL to college to down to high school, linking up with a bunch of people, like sideline.
He made the right decision.
His presence, basically, everything.
Other words, how many years did I'm going to keep cutting you off, but how many years did you tell me that the average NFL career is?
3 years.
Oh, 3 years. He could do YouTube for how many years?
Forever.
Okay. Getting a bag off of how many different NFL players?
A lot of them. They all love him. Like, niggas love him.
He made the right decision.
He got a heavy name, right? He ran an event in Detroit. Me and my brother went to it. My brother was in it. I was supposed to be in it. I was mad because I got there a little late. My brother was in it. He made it to Ford Field. He started at Wayne State. He had an event at Wayne State. If you made it past the Wayne State, then you go to Ford Field. My brother made it to Ford Field. So it was like
rounds.
Right. My brother made it to Ford Field.
That's was lit. What's up. Shout out to
yeah, shout out to my brother.
Yo, get brother.
It was lit though, and he go state to state, like he go everywhere.
And wait a minute, hold on, don't tell me again, because I wrote it down. That's his nickname.
And right now he plays USFL League. He's a kicker in the USFL League for the Bahamas, or it's something Bahamas. I forget where they at, but they like the Bahamas. And you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dog though, but he really. I feel like that's what happened. He made the right decision. He chose, you know what I'm saying, himself over. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all can't make me stop doing something that I've been doing. I love doing this. You know what I'm saying? Even though I love football, he took it and did. He mixed two things. He stepped out on faith.
See, I feel like a lot of us in the black community, because we still dealing with a whole lot of trauma from slavery, believe it or not. I know a lot of people be like, oh my God, that's an excuse. That was so many years ago. But no, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. And it's not too many years ago to still be relevant in our lives.
It's still now today. It ain't gone.
We're still dealing with the poverty mindset because we have been oppressed for hundreds of years. We're still being oppressed. And honestly, a lot of the progress that was made over the last 100 years is being backtracked. Okay. With this current administration.
Yep, in so many ways.
I'm going to say that again. A lot of the progress that we made over the last 100 years is being backtracked and reversed with and under this current administration. But I'm not going to get too much into politics. I'm just going to say that. And I'm going to say that, you know, a lot of this we have to protect with these players because, okay, they got court cases going on, right? Destroying this guy. He had to choose to rely on his faith and not his fear in what could happen. You know what I mean? He well, shoot.
Because he didn't know what was going to happen.
Right, he like, shoot, I better just take whatever they giving me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't got a lot now. I don't got nothing. So I better just take whatever. No. If he heard, and I'm pretty sure he did hear from whatever his higher power is, because the higher power has a lot of different names. He come in a lot of different forms. But if it's positive, then you know it's of the Most High. So if they told him, no, don't take that because I got something better for you, wait on me, he was obedient and he stepped out in faith. And he didn't choose whatever little tools and fuse the NFL was trying to offer him.
It wasn't even NFL.
I mean, I'm sorry. Right. He didn't choose the little tools and fuse that college was offering him. He stood on faith. He did what he had to do. And he came out of college and used his wisdom and knowledge. Clint stood on his belief. And he's gotten way bigger blessings, as they say in the Bible, exceedingly and abundantly more than he could even have dreamed or imagined.
Absolutely.
I'm sure he got.
Absolutely.
So, one more time, shout out to Destroying.
Shout out to my boy Destroying, man. Next event that he bring to Detroit, I will be in it. I ain't even gonna hold y'all.
And I will be in the audience.
I'm gonna be there.
And I will be in the audience with my sign.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like that. It's going down at the next event for sure. Y'all better know that.
Please believe. I'll be there with a Hershey Kiss drawn. Honestly, obviously, Auntie got a buzz. Okay, yeah, but I'll have my sign and I'll have a Hershey Kiss drawn on there. And
with a football costume on it. It's just a helmet on. Just a helmet.
A Hershey Kiss with a helmet.
Hershey's Kiss.
I gotta write that down.
That's it.
Because that's you.
That's it right there.
You are a Hershey's Kiss with a football helmet on.
That's me.
And I will have that. But anyway, yeah, so, we want to bring awareness because, as you guys know, it's April. And April is Minority Mental Health Awareness or Minority Health. One of the two. Either way, mental health is definitely a part of overall health. And I feel like mental health in the minority communities has been overlooked, miscommunicated.
That's facts.
That's too much we've said just pray about it and not actually talk to somebody, learn, have the tools to work through your emotions, know about hormones and how hormones interact with and affect emotions. Yeah. It's just like pray about it. And yeah, you need to pray about it.
Absolutely.
You definitely need to pray about it. But you need to know what you're praying about. So you need to know your body. You need to know your mind. You need to know your hormones. You need to know your emotions. And it starts at a teenager level. I feel like really it starts at a elementary school level, but it really starts to elevate at a teenager level. And I feel like
I can say that because I went to elementary school in like 6th grade. Well, a lot of people say they was in middle school in 6th grade. I was still in elementary school.
You had one of them. You was in one of them schools that went to 6th grade.
Around that time, in between the beginning of that 6th grade and the beginning of that 7th grade, because that whole time, like, during school and then over that summer, the beginning of that 7th, even though I was switching schools, hormones like heavenly like kicked in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was a thing for me. So. But I didn't learn anything about anything about no sexual activities. Well,
you
learned about
sex ed in school. Okay, middle school. You didn't have it there.
No, in high school.
Okay.
One thing I had in middle school that people be like, that was weird is I had Spanish, French. I'm sorry. I had French.
Okay. It's funny because I took French in the 9th grade, but okay, so it was like an elective, obviously. You chose to take that, or they just gave it to you?
Well, yeah, you kind of just get wound up. You don't get to pick. Well, I don't know. Well, maybe other kids got to pick in other schools. School that I went to, McMichael Middle School to be exact. Shout out to McMichael on that. You know what I'm saying?
Big shout out to McMichael.
Yeah, which is no longer around. So, if you went to school with me, I don't know. I can't tell you the years right now. I will have to go back. I'll bring that back up later. I'm a little bit too old for that. I'm showing my age. I really don't want to tell nobody because my age is a little bit up there.
Anyway, 2001.
That was I probably left. I probably went to high school in like 01. Yeah.
Yeah, I know because I got out of high school in 01, so that's why I said it was 2000.
I went to high school in like 01. Right. So okay, right. So I was in middle school. Shout out to McMichael, like we said. But anyway, that was my middle school, and it was cool in there. I forgot exactly what I was saying about that.
McMichael was your elementary school because it went to 6th grade, right?
No, McMichael was my middle school. It only had
so that was 7th and 8th.
That's it.
Okay.
My elementary school was Thurkel. Shout out to Thurkel.
So it went to 6th grade.
6th grade.
So let me ask you this. I want you to really think hard. Did McMichael have 6th graders there? It's just that you came there when you were in the 7th grade. There were no 6th graders at McMichael.
No.
You sure? I don't think you're right about that.
I think I'm very correct. I don't think there was no.
I'm gonna say because listen, I'm about to tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I don't think you wrong about that. Yeah, Google it while we're talking. I'm about to tell you why because I don't know. But I'm about to tell you why I think you're wrong about that. It would not have made sense for DPS to open up and run a school with only 2 grades in it.
It wasn't big.
It doesn't matter.
You couldn't fit that many kids in there.
It doesn't matter. I understand that. It doesn't. I went to a small school. Shirai, shout out. Which one is it? Shout out Shirai K through 8. We only had 2 classes for each middle school. We had 2 6th grade, 2 7th grade, 2 8th grade, and the rest of the school was elementary school. So I've been to a small school and I understand. It would not have made sense for DPS.
Okay, 6 to 8, right? Okay, I don't remember them 6th graders, but
I believe you, and I know. But as a, you know what I mean, as an adult, understanding money, business, how the school systems run now, I knew it had to be a 6th grade class there.
I don't remember them 6th graders.
I understand. Shout out to the 6th graders at McMichael Middle School back when because I guarantee you somebody there knew you. I guarantee you one of the 6th graders knew you and probably was like, "Ooh, look at this little chocolate round."
No, because I wasn't like that.
You ain't listen. You ain't think you was like that around it, and you might not have been the typical societal fine ass nigga as a 5th grader. You know what I'm saying? Or what was this? Michael was talking about Michael, right?
Yeah.
So
7, I was in and out.
Excuse me. So, you know, you might not have been
in and out.
You might not have been typical, but a 6th grader was a grade up under you. Okay. And it might have been a little 6th grader who felt the same way about herself. Like, I ain't that. But ooh, look at this little chocolate drop. And he nice. He raised by an older Southern woman, so he got manners. Whether he know it or not, he a good guy.
Let me tell
you. Smile. Look. He got this cute smile. Look at you look like a Tootsie Roll. She probably was like, you ain't have all that hair on your face, so you just look like a Tootsie Roll.
I had the tightest uniform on.
So that means she might have seen your little elementary school package if she was looking.
Middle school.
Cause remember I told you, oh shit, your little middle school package, that motherfucker was you had to sit down. The teacher was like, and that motherfucker was bouncing.
It was somebody that obviously did not like me. I don't even know why. We used to wrestle in the hallway, and I ain't never slammed no girl, and I guess she thought it was cool for her to try to come up, but she was not wrestling. She literally cocked her leg back, kicked me square in between my legs. I fell to the floor. Kids went in the classroom. I was still on the floor. Bell rung, the late bell. You got the class bell.
And you got the late bell. Still on the floor.
I was still on the floor. One of the teachers was walking past and was like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No, I can't move."
Did you snitch? Tell the truth.
Did I tell who? Yes. What you mean? She kicked me in my... Yes, absolutely I told exactly who it was. Yep. I remember her first name, but I don't remember her last name.
He snitched!
I was on the floor. Listen, let me tell y'all this true story. My pops had to come get me. It took me so long to get to the office. They had to take 2 students out the classroom to 1-arm, 2-arm carry me.
After she kicked
down to the office. I sat in the office until my pops came
she kicked you in the happy place
to pick me up because I couldn't move. It hurt so bad. When I say that's that one you feel like it. When I say she cocked her leg, listen, it was crazy, and I was like, you know what?
What's her name? I bet you remember her name.
I do. I remember her first name. I don't remember her last name.
What's her name?
Her name was Elena.
Shout out, Elena.
Well, ain't no shout out to her. I still don't like her to this day.
She probably got her grandma last name. Hey, girl.
That's her first name. I don't know her last name.
What you do to her?
I was in the hallway. I'm wrestling with my homies. I guess she thought that she was wrestling too. And that was a wrestling move, which is...
Oh, that was like a DDT.
No.
A dick, down...
Nothing.
To the ground.
A nothing. And I'm still mad about that. I still be like, man, you know what? I still be like, you know what? I should have just
You have how many sisters? You should have got one of them to beat her up. Duh.
I should have, but you know what?
But you a gentleman, and you just knew that she probably liked you. That just was her way, but she couldn't let everybody know, so she had to, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe she just genuinely was trying to be one of the guys, you know what I'm saying, and wanted to, you know, she thought that was a fighting move. She thought, no. Girl power. Us girls gotta stick together. Because obviously we can't. I'm sorry.
So, shout out to my boy Anthony Edwards. Yep, that's just
First of all, we was talking about Antonio Brown. How you get back to Anthony Edwards? That's how I know.
No, because now you want to talk
That's
about
how
girl
I know
power.
you want some bullshit.
No, because now you want to talk about girl power.
I mean, I'm just saying. Damn.
And I know that now that's what you've been trying to do this whole time. You've been trying to just stick up because if it's a female, right or wrong, you trying to say, oh, no,
I'm never.
power.
No, I'm on the side of right. I'm on the side of right. It's not if it's a female. I swear to God on everything I love. I'm on the side of right. I don't feel like old girl was wrong. I don't feel like old girl was wrong. And I'm on the side of right. It don't have nothing to do with gender. Right trumps gender. Wrong or right, right trumps gender. So I promise you, and this is me being all the way 100% serious. Right trumps gender. I'm gonna be on the side of right over the side of gender every time.
All right, y'all. Next, anyway, I wanted to say,
but I'm the one tripping on the Anthony Edwards.
I'm not though, cause we wasn't even talking about that. I just
wasn't. You
right, but right. I just said that cause you said that.
Oh, you so cute. Smile.
No, now you want to try to say we wasn't talking about that. Anyway,
sorry, that's bigger than.
Anyway, next. Anyway, shout out to them Tigers, man. Listen, I'm a Detroit native all the way. This is Detroit. They 4 in a row, last 4 games. They won the game after.
Stop playing with them boys.
Shout out to the Pistons, playoff berth. Going to the fucking playoffs, man. Listen. Man, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since my boys been in.
19 to be exact.
And they gonna fucking make some noise.
Yeah,
I think
they
the team
win.
to be scared of right
Y'all
now.
better.
Y'all the team to be scared of. And I think we gotta play the Knicks in the first round, if I'm not mistaken. Listen.
Can I say something? And then you come think about the facts that you want to come with behind what I'm finna say. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Into the 4. Basketball.
Yeah.
Wait, well, cause I was like, what I'm supposed to think about? Was I supposed to switch it up and say baseball?
No, but you about to give us all the stats or everything I know. I don't know about the Pistons.
Basketball.
Damn.
I already told y'all, but my boy liked that. Listen, I don't know exactly.
He had like a bunch of points. He did something recently in the game.
Yeah,
didn't he? I don't remember what it
I think they lost during that game. But
it doesn't matter. But he did something big, babe. Say
right, I don't remember exactly. I think he had a night. I don't remember.
He had a triple double.
I don't want to.
And it was the first one that was something.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to my boy though. Listen, shout out to Kay, and I don't like how Drake want to put Kay Cunningham in his song and say hi.
He did. What, that Nokia song?
No, it's a leak song with Drake. Drake said he spent the night at Little Caesars Arena during his tour, and he wore Kay Cunningham Crocs when he hit a little shorty. I don't like how.
Well, you know he's from Canada, so that makes sense though. And Drake is my cousin,
I understand
so
that,
not
don't,
too much on
don't
Drake.
try to use us on the comeback.
No, Drake.
I love. Listen, nobody was talking about us before. Don't use us on your comeback up.
Not too much on no, but at least he is connected with being in Canada and shit. So not too much on Drake. Let Drake
use us
and
man.
use us.
That talent.
But wait a minute though. But you already know that's what Drake do though. Drake like to grab onto the coattail of what's hot and stretch out his 15 minutes of fame that's then lasted 15
and he got a picture
years,
of him
literally
in Little Caesars Arena locker room sitting. It looked like N.K. Cunningham.
So that's where we need to just be the fuck quiet and let him be great, because we can't say he trying to do nothing. He's doing it.
I ain't never say he was trying to do anything. I said don't use us.
Why not?
Because now we coming up. Because wasn't nobody saying the Pistons last year. How many times he said
K.
Cunningham last year?
But let him do that though, because that might get us some more clout. And
that ain't gonna make K play no different than what he been playing. That ain't gonna make the Pistons play no different than what because they been playing hard because that's what they been doing. It ain't take nobody to say nothing. Let Drake rock to the Toronto Raptors like how he been. Toronto got a team. They got a basketball team. Let him rock them. Say something about them. Don't listen. Leave us alone. We don't want to be caught up in none of your look. We don't want to be in your come ups. We don't want to be in your extras. We ain't no team that you can just you wasn't speaking K when K was here when he first got drafted. You wasn't speaking K last year because when we had 14 wins, you wasn't speaking K. We don't want to hear K now. Don't talk that. We don't want to hear that. We don't appreciate that, and don't wear my man's Crocs ever again. Matter of fact, you could keep the motherfuckers. I'm gonna buy my dog a new pair. Fuck you talking about. My boy K, what kind of Crocs you have, man? Let me know, man. Drop it in the email, man. Drop me a picture of the kind of Crocs you had. I'm gonna send you another one, man. I got you, man. My boy, man. Shout out to K, man. But that's some for real. Detroit sports been on a real turnaround lately. For real. It's gonna be so that means it's gonna be some playoff games in Detroit because they run 7 games, so we're gonna get a couple games here at the minimum. Listen, support those guys, man. Get out, man. If you can get a ticket, get out. It makes a difference, man. Let's do for them like we did for the Lions, man. Let's get out for those guys, man. And the Tigers as well, man. Let's get out. We a big part of these teams out here. We a big part of them. And we help them out a lot when we show up, when we support them. You know what I'm saying? We help them out a lot. So I want to say, if you can, you got some extras, you got some time, you know what I'm saying? Or
watch the games on TV.
Watch it on TV. You may be a little bit older. You got some younger kids that want to go. Let them go to the games.
Take the kids to the games. The Pistons games,
Let them go to these Pistons games. They don't be crowded like that. You know what I'm saying? But we need playoffs.
We need to fill up the seats.
Playoffs, we need it.
Fill up the seats. Okay, so I have a question. No, I don't want to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Can I come in? Lions predictions for... first of all, I'm sorry. Backtrack. Okay. First question. If you don't know, we can look it up right now so we can know. When is the first Lions preseason game of 2025?
No.
If you guys didn't know, we are diehard Lions fans, right?
Traveled hard with the Lions last year. Travel real hard with them, and we just love them.
We love them so much. My mom is like obsessed Lions fan.
My mom is too. My mom. Shout out to those ladies, those beautiful ladies.
Stay tuned because we're trying to convince them both to come on for the Mother's Day show. Yes. But so I've been a Lions fan from behind the scenes even before they was winning. Like we was shooting in the gym with them during the 16-game loss season. Like we are real fans. Okay.
I've been there so long. I remember Joey Harrington that quarter. I'm way back. Right. I'm way back. Gus Farrat days. I'm way back.
Gus Farrat.
Yeah. Charlie Batch. I'm way back days.
No, Charlie Batch. He like light skinned. He look like a shark.
Yeah. The date is not announced. So Detroit Lions preseason schedule and opponents for 2025 will be announced in conjunction with the release of the regular season schedule, and there is no date. At this moment.
Okay, so stay tuned, you guys, because when the Lions season is announced, our content is going to do a lot of pivoting toward Lions content. Okay. It's going to be a lot of Lions themed content. Okay. Especially on my personal channel, Jen Checking In. If you have not already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jen Checking In. And make sure that you have also subscribed to T-Double's personal YouTube channel, Life of T-Double.
Lyfe.
LYFEOFTDOUBLE. And my channel is Jen Checking In, JenCheckin.
Okay, ININNDEPENDE. All kind of all that. Okay.
Quick story time about that song that he just sang. And it's just God. Oh God, I am so grateful. Thank you, God, for your covering. Thank you, God, for your word. Thank you, God, that you are your word. Thank you, God, that your word will not return void. Thank you, God, that you had a plan for me, as it is stated in your word at Jeremiah 29:11. You had a plan for me, a plan for good and not evil, good and not negative. You just got a good plan for me. And I'm just grateful that I'm more so coming into alignment with it. You know what I'm saying? And things are just really, really looking up. Okay. So I just got so focused on God that I lost the original point that I was talking about.
Amen.
But that's what happened when I think about the goodness of God. Okay,
Well, you gotta step to the side for a second.
I get distracted because He is so overwhelmingly good in my life. And it's funny because the first thing that I see right here is on my notes. Because remember I told you I had notes. After NFL 3-year transfer port. You know what I'm saying? Generational curses and covenants, right? So I feel like mental health is a curse.
Absolutely.
Or not mental health. Good mental health is a blessing. In the Bible, it says that God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. A sound mind means self-control. It means you have control over your mind, will, and emotions, which is ultimately your soul. Okay. Your soul is saved, right? If you believe in Jesus and you have taken him as your Lord and Savior. But do you have control of it? No, not necessarily. Not unless you take control of it. The devil could very well have control of your soul as it operates and is relevant on this earth without you knowing. Especially if you don't know the difference between as on earth as it is in heaven. So, but the good thing is that regardless to who got control of your soul on earth, if you have taken Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you are saved in heaven. And so you can come to Jesus at any time for anything, and he will love you. He will forgive you. And generational curses and covenants can be broken. Slowly but surely you will see God work in your life. If you draw near to him, he will draw near to you.
Absolutely.
You just gotta pray. The same way that you pray to your friends. Because if you know it or not, talking to your friends more than talking to God is praying to them, whether you know it or not. Putting their opinion over that of God is praying to them. It's worshiping them. It's worshiping the rappers. If, you know, and anybody that know me, right? They know I'm on a journey toward Jesus from wretched to righteous, as are you, handsome. I think sometimes you just might not acknowledge that, but you are, because you always acknowledge the Most High.
I mean, because I don't know what the journey is. I mean, I feel like
that's the faith. You don't gotta know. You want it, and you trust it.
I accepted a long time ago. I've always been this type of person. As a kid, I didn't really understand why I was going to church so much, but the older I got, the more I understood. When I got to standing in front of the preacher or the pastor or the person at the time, and I feel like you talking directly to me, it took a minute, but I felt like during those times, that's a message to me. That's what that is. That's my message. Not to say that I'm going to get it from right here all the time. Sometimes it's going to come from the least expected place. Somewhere you look at, you might just read something that's specifically for you. You read that for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And it matched up to you for a reason during that specific time. You know what I'm saying? I've been in multiple situations like that. So I'm a heavenly believer. It's nothing in between. I do whatever for him. You know what I'm saying? I do whatever for him. Whatever I feel is right, I do whatever for him. You know what I'm saying? But everybody got their own way.
Their own journey.
Everybody got their own way of how they do it, what they do, over how they. You may not go to church. You may listen to it on TV. You know what I'm saying? You may be the person that stand outside with it, that go outside, say, because you don't need a building. However, whatever your journey is, that's fine. That's cool.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
Let me say this before I lose it. I feel like you can't lean on your own way, because leaning on your own understanding, you might get messed up. But I will agree with you in that I would just flip what you said. And I won't say that everybody got their own way, but everybody that chooses Jesus, he will find them in their own way. And, but then once he find you in your own way, then you have to be reborn into his way. And everybody got their own timing, right? God's timing shows up differently in everybody's life. God's timing is divine, though. And when you try to rush or slow down God's timing, that's witchcraft. That's leaning on your own understanding. And I think that a lot of times people get witchcraft misconstrued. People think that witchcraft is only like with a black hat, riding on a broom, doing spells, cooking up toenails and stuff like that. That's not the only thing that is witchcraft. Witchcraft can be manipulative. What you saying that you feel, and we're going to go back to the Anthony Edwards situation. I think you might think that old girl is basically operating in witchcraft in a way. Go ahead.
I'm for real. Go ahead. I'm listening.
And this is me looking at it. This is me thinking. And maybe she is. I didn't even look at it like this until now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you might feel like, and other people in society might feel like she operating in witchcraft to where she's trying to manipulate the situation to make sure that she messing around with rich niggas. She's trying to put herself in that situation to like alter Kim. Hey Jackie. Hey Gerald. Hey y'all. Trying to alter the situation to where she's controlling her future by putting herself in the room with rich niggas only and only giving her body to rich niggas to where if she do get pregnant, it's only by somebody with some money to where she feel like she is in some way able to manipulate her future. To, manipulate, what happens to her and her kid that she might have or might not, because she don't know if she gonna get pregnant. Because like we say, nobody's accusing her of putting a turkey baster up herself to get pregnant. Allegedly, she got pregnant just by having a relationship with this young man.
If he the nigga who saying he know it if he willing to pay. He know it.
Had to been what?
He know it wasn't no that she set up. She ain't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was right. It was
consensual.
It was consensual. You know what I mean?
Could have had to been right. No other way.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying. Apparently, the people in society that's looking at her like she's being predatory, they looking at it like it's witchcraft. Like she's manifesting rich niggas, maybe through, some type of me. You know how I am. I'm trying to be on your side now.
I just want to say this real quick.
I'm trying to be on your side, man.
I just wanna.
I mean, T.
I just want to say this real quick, just to kind of understand. And you from a female's perspective. No, just real quick. Can't speak this right. If you want some attention from somebody, are you gonna wear like it's down like how you say it, like the makeup, it's down to the certain like the fit, right? When you putting yourself.
If I want some attention from who though?
Listen.
I could want some attention just from myself looking in the mirror, and I could. If I want attention from whoever, if I want attention from myself, I want to be excited and I want to feel joy when I look in the mirror. We're gonna speak on me, right? We're using me as a prime example. You know me, right? You've known me for a long time. I've been pretty much similar, if not the same. I've evolved, I've grown over the years, but I've been similar in my characteristics for a long time as far as like what I like, what I dislike. I've always been colorful. I've always liked color, right? So obviously, if I'm putting on makeup, especially as old as I am at this point, right? I'm 41 years old. I've heard niggas say they don't like makeup for at least 10 years. If I'm standing in the mirror and spending 30 minutes putting on makeup, it's obviously because I like to look at it. I like to see colors on my face. I'm putting wigs on, right? 90% of the niggas that I talk to here on vlogs and conversations say they like natural hair. They'd rather you be skin hair bald than to have this pink wig on that I got on. But I chose to put this motherfucker on tonight. Why?
Because that's what you want to do.
Because that's what I wanted to do. Because that's what I like to see. You, as much as I love and value your opinion, you've told me that you like my natural hair before. You know what I'm saying? Have you not?
I have, absolutely.
So obviously value and want to see my colors and my wig even more.
That's cool.
But I'm just saying. So a lot of times y'all, and I mean women, men, society, but especially men, y'all don't give us enough credit. Y'all be swearing up and down we be doing something for men's attention or for society's attention. Sometimes it's for our own attention, right? Let me finish. But even if it is for men's attention, right? What am I supposed to do? If a man like S and I got an S, unless I'm Muslim or something, I'm gonna use the assets that I got, especially in a 2025 society where the other day we were just talking about what is the currency of today? It's not even money, it's attention. Your attention span, your gaze. And a lot of times with the men being unfairly paid more and the men being unfairly, men not unfairly paid more?
I'm listening.
Okay, I'm just saying.
You told me don't even say nothing.
I did.
Yes, you said let me go. I'm letting you cook. You cooking. I'm letting you cook.
With the men being unfairly paid more and stuff like that, the male gaze, and with black pop culture, hip hop culture being so valuable right now, because even white people want to be black. Black male gaze is even more valuable than anything in pop culture in this society right now. What is the problem with a woman trying or wanting to, hopefully, the second person that they want to appease is the black male, especially a person who's trying to get a bag off the internet. The black male gaze is what's paying in 2025. Am I wrong? And I'm gonna shut up. You got the flow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't even got nothing to say. You said, are you...
What is the podcast? You gotta have something to say.
I don't, because I got way lost. You said, are you wrong about what? Nah.
Okay, so let me just ask you this. Do you believe that the black male attention is valuable in 2025 to advertisers, corporate companies? Do you think that the male gaze, first of all, but especially the black male gaze, because white males want to be black and they look at black men's opinions and try to mimic it in any way they can with still keeping a Republican, you know what I'm saying?
No, if you want to be specific, it take for the white man to steal it. No, so
so it take for the white man to steal it though, but it originated with the black male. So that's so yeah, I'm right. The black male gaze.
I said
it might not be the most valuable, no, because we ain't got as much money. But it's very close second like this because the white male gaze is so closely mimicking black males in this day and age, especially the young generation, the ones who spending the most money.
They've been doing that. That ain't even just now. They've been doing that.
Well, this is very true, but we talking about now where attention is more valuable than it was, say, in the 90s and the early 2000s. It's even more valuable because people is spending more time putting their attention on their phones and stuff.
But it's a two-way street.
People were spending more time with their families even back in the 90s and the 2000s than they is now.
Attention and value is a two-way street. It's gonna satisfy two people.
No, we ain't talking about people. We're talking a person and a corporation now. We ain't talking about relationships. We talking about attention as a monetary value.
That's exactly.
So how do me paying Nike attention benefit me?
Cause you gonna see something you like. When you see something that you like, I like this. I'm glad I seen this. You showing it to you. Look what I seen.
But honestly though, really babe, think about it. How is me buying a Nike shoe, especially if I'm not getting no sponsorship from them? Now if I'm getting a sponsorship from them, that's different. But it's just me and you. How does that benefit me any more than buying the same type of shoe off of Amazon without the Nike logo?
Because you get a better brand of a shoe.
What we was talking about the other day, how they came out the same manufacturing company, the same factory. How is it a better value? How is it a better shoe? Because it's got a Nike emblem on it?
No, because the sale at that high price, it is not because it only has that on there. The quality of the shoe is better.
Better thread, better foam,
it is better.
Technology.
Just what it is. Everything is a business. If I can get shoes that you can sell for $20, if I can get those and those are the shoes that I'm selling for 80 and you're selling for 20, I'm laughing at you while you're still selling them for 20. Hey, I got those same ones that you got. I sold them 180. You're selling them for $40. Who about to sit back and continue to take that punishment during this time where it's hard?
But not bad. Somebody.
No. What it is I'm going to get the cheaper value
because if we only spending $5 to manufacture the shoe.
I'm going to get you to look alike to sell it to you at a lower value so it look like that version. This going to be, it's not, because you're going to be able to tell, a motherfucker who know going to be able to tell. So it's not that, but you ain't got to pay what you got to pay over there. That's what the whole little game is about when it comes to that. What they call them niggas, can't think of the name, man. The niggas who sell the shit out the trunk, man.
Boosters.
A booster. That's it. Fucking booster.
I got your back.
It's the same thing. That you're not selling. You're not getting shit that Burlington Coat Factory don't get the same shit that Nike Outlet get. But you know what? It look just like it. But the shit is somehow different. You know why? You watch this shit, it's gonna shrivel up. You do this shit over here, this shit pure. This shit gonna last for years. Maybe a year or two. This shit over here.
I didn't know that. I felt like if it have a Nike tag on it, wherever you get it from, if it's outlet, you know what I'm saying, thrift store or whatever. That's like I worked at the thrift store. We used to get stuff all the time that was, you know what I'm saying, name brand, had the tags on it. Just because it was at the thrift store don't mean it was no less Calvin Klein.
The thrift store is what people donate. That's a difference. When I send a Nike store something, and I sent something to Burlington, I sent them niggas some leftovers, some shit that was fucked up, some shit mini value. I know this shit ain't got the quality of this shit.
But it still was made in the Nike factory by Nike?
It was made by the niggas who made that, but when they sent this, we like, nah, that... You know what? No, that ain't some shit, but we can't send it back. You know what? Send that to them niggas over there, because this shit right here, this ain't our shit. Send that to Foreman Mills.
Hey, no, stop.
Foreman Mills. Send that to them niggas, where when they wash that shit 2 times and put it in the dryer, that shit gonna shrivel up. It's gonna be tighter than they motherfucking pockets. Motherfucking the week they don't get paid. That's how it's gonna be. For real, like... But when you pay for, when niggas go out and pay for, this is the difference.
Okay, now I feel seen.
No, this is the difference.
The week I don't get paid. Cash App, Bully the Goat 313 if you want to.
Yeah, okay, but shit, I don't even know my shit, but send my shit Apple Pay. I give my phone number. But
your phone number.
Shit, Apple Pay, I would.
No, you better get you a Cash App, P.O. Box or something.
I don't know the name to that motherfucker right now. But listen, y'all know the difference, man. That's why that shit costs like that. That's why you.
I'm just playing. No, but look, you know I was playing. Give me your phone number because you can Cash App him through his phone number. And if he don't know y'all, he probably ain't gonna answer anyway. Anyways, that's another thing I want to touch on because. What's for me is for me, and I ain't never going to be tripping or acting jealous. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of times that's where us ladies we get misconstrued and we don't know how to stand on faith. Even on a friendship level. Like, when we see our friends succeeding at things, you know what I'm saying? And our lives might not be going the best, and we get jealous of our friends' accomplishments. I just want to rebuke that for all of you guys that's watching this live in the name of Jesus. I don't want any of you to have to succumb and bow down to the emotion of jealousy because you have a sound mind, meaning you can take every thought captive and... not allow jealousy to turn into envy, right? Because you might be jealous, but you ain't got to be envious. Okay. T-Double gonna take a break on that note. And I'm gonna pivot and talk about how we are all blessed and highly favored and covered by God, right? So we don't have to succumb to that. Like, and I wanted to go back to this because and that's why I'm glad I got my notes, y'all. Drop one of the clues, the bombs. Wait, hold on. Drop one of the clues, the bombs for my notes because I feel like they are making sure that I stay on point with this, okay? But I wrote it down somewhere in this other notebook and I'm not finding it right now. Dang nabbit. Anyways, y'all, here comes T-Double. And he might be able to remember what the last thing I wanted to talk about.
Well, I don't know what was your last thing. I had something I wanted to touch.
Okay, touch it back.
Before we get out of here, I have one more thing I wanted to bring up. This is a big one for me. But I'm not gonna stay on too long. So if you from Detroit, you know about this. Shout out to my boy Chuck, Charles E. Brooks. He got the castle on the east side. What was happening with his castle is, if you know, you know. If you don't know, a quick little brief on the castle is that he bought a bunch of land on the east side.
East side. You can't spell that west without the ES. I'm sorry.
He put a bunch of houses together. He made a estate. He got a property built, gave to the community, made street names. It's immaculate. It's gorgeous.
It is.
Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Chuck, man. I wish we could have really got over there and really got some film for y'all, but you know, our weekend was kind of booked. But he did have some people volunteer and to help him clean out. He let people come help him clean out because he was going through some problems. And people showed up and they showed out, man. Shout out to those people, man.
Hallelujah.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. He's a real guy in the community. Been giving back for years, and he's got some nice stuff going on. And I'm just so glad that people lended a hand to really help him out, to help him get back. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just coming off some medical issues and stuff like that. So I'm just happy that the people in Detroit really reached out to him, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all the real superstars for that, man.
And honestly, we don't play about each other in Detroit.
Yeah, you had a hand in that, man. You the real superstar, man. You really that, man. Shout out to Chuck, man. I'm hoping that everything goes in your favor. Hoping that everything works right for you. Hoping you can get all this together, man. But, like, yeah, shout out to y'all for that, man, for real, man. Y'all the real ones out here in Detroit. And that's what we got to do more, man. We got to look out for each other. People did that for no money. It wasn't no money. He needed some help. He was down bad. You know what I'm saying? No money. People pulled up. He offered the whole weekend. You know what I'm saying? It was no problems. I ain't see no problems at that man's house. People pulled up, cleaned up. If you was going to pull up, you was going to do it. If you wasn't going to do that, then you was going to leave. You know what I'm saying? So.
Let's touch on 7 Mile Radio, aka 7.5 Mile Radio, as the jokes have been saying. And that's no shade, allegedly.
That's just a joke. That's
what do you think about that? Like him going over there and whatever. I didn't even watch his whole live over there. I don't know what he did. Like I don't know why everybody's dragging him. But did you see it?
I seen a piece of it.
Of his time at the castle.
At the castle. My thing is, he did what he do. If people are dragging him, it's terrible because you can inbox him with something that you want him to go and look at. But when he picks up something more, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you just weren't the one that was inboxing him this time about this.
Or inboxing him enough.
Maybe somebody else was inboxing him about this. You don't know.
That's right. Like, more than one person.
Right. Like, so maybe it was other people inboxing. You don't know. So it's not to be the judge. I just feel like that's his. He's a philanthropist. He's a person. He's a journalist. He looks. That's what he does. He hears about this from all different corners. You gotta know that you're not the only person that's telling him something.
It's somebody else somewhere telling him something that he probably
There's only one of him. There's only so many hours
he probably
in a day.
can't get to some other times. You know what I'm saying? So it's everybody telling him stuff. You gotta know he's been running for over a decade. Almost. He's been damn near 2 of them.
No, definitely.
I think it's been 17 years, something like that. He said.
And I'm gonna say, I went to his studio and that mug was looking damn near how I look now. So he was, and that was I was living on Cliff. Oh, that was 2016, 17.
I want to say he been running for about 17 plus. Shout out to Mark, man. He doing for the community. I love that.
He was one of them people that started off early. Remember, I was I've been vlogging today too. Shout out to my YouTube channel, Jen checking in. If you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. But I was talking about that earlier about how my teacher in 12th grade, I was in adult education and it was radio and television. It was like the elective, like the trade school part of high school completion. Yeah. And he was a radio and TV teacher. He was working at the Highland Park radio station at the time. And he told me that within a couple of years, I was not going to need a TV station, a radio station to be famous. He was like, you was going to be famous off TV. I mean, he was like, you was going to be famous off the internet.
Off the internet.
And at the time, the internet wasn't none of this. You wasn't going viral. Yeah. You wasn't doing video on the internet. Yeah. You was looking up lyrics of songs. You might have been filling out applications. You
barely had a phone.
Right. You didn't have a phone. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like you say, some people had a phone depending on your age and tax bracket, but me, the age and tax bracket that I was, right, you barely had a phone. You know what I'm saying? And the phone didn't have no damn internet on it.
Y'all do not. The first phone I had, I promise you, this shit like a movie. I'm sorry, I don't mean to.
No, please cut me off.
I had a brick phone. If you know the little lip, it flipped down, but the numbers is right here, right? Mm-hmm. I had a little lip. This motherfucker had an antenna, y'all. Yeah. When I say this motherfucker was like, y'all, listen. This
there wasn't no internet
and
on
the
that
screen was like this. That's how big the screen was.
All you
can do is type numbers in that motherfucker. That's it.
Internet? What is that? What are those websites?
You better be talking about the computer. You talking about the computer? What you talking about internet?
Website?
The computer?
What are those?
You talking about AOL?
You got to dial up on the bitch.
For real though, no, for real.
You better dial up. And you better not be on the phone when I'm trying to dial up.
Yeah, it wasn't like...
Get off the phone.
Who remember when Metro first came out, man?
Me.
I know y'all know that.
I was like 20. Let me look it up. Now I want to know when do Google say Metro came out? But I feel like I was like 2021? Or should I say when I got Metro? So it might have came out before I got it. Yeah, Metro might have been out like a year or two before I got it. Because I got my house over there when I was 19. And I feel like it was maybe like a year or two after that.
No, I was in school somewhere. And I wanted one for years, man. It took me years to get one. That was crazy. Metro PCS.
2001 is when they rebranded to Metro PCS. 06, by 94 General Wireless Inc. Later, Metro PCS is founded by Roger Lindquist and Malcolm Lorang. 2001, which is the year I was supposed to graduate from high school, but I got on 03. That's a whole nother story time for another show.
I want to hear my stats. I don't even know if I'm going to tell y'all. Y'all got to tell me if y'all want... Do y'all want to hear what I got to say when that story time comes? Y'all got to let me know, because if y'all don't say y'all want to hear my story, I'm probably not going to tell it. I'm on the fence about it, because I don't know.
Well, I'm here, and I'm y'all. Hi. Nice to meet you. My name is y'all. And I want to hear it.
No, we need. We listen. Y'all want to help her out because she gonna need more than that. She needs some help, y'all. Because I don't know. That's one.
Weak twin. Where have you been? I'm sorry. Close your ears because I probably just blew them off with my big ass voice. But I want. Yeah. Go ahead.
I already said what I was saying. They already know. You know, don't you? You know too. You. What about you back there? You. Oh, y'all know. All right, y'all know. They already know what I said. They better let me know. Do they want to hear it? Is my story worth hearing? They got. Don't. Y'all got a week. A week.
5 days for the MVPs because we want to hear from y'all early. But if you just catching this video next Sunday, then
whenever you catching this video, you better drop a comment and let it be known
right now.
Do you want to hear what I gotta say or not?
Just pause and say yes, even if you don't want to hear what he got to say. For me and God, because God want to hear the testimony.
He already know. He ain't got it.
But he likes to hear it. I want to hear it.
She just trying to use that. He already know.
I ain't
Anyway.
What? How dare you say I'm just trying to use something?
Man.
I'm trying to use what? What's wrong with him?
Say, look, y'all already know, man. You see how she do. She's trying to use it. I ain't gonna let that slide, though. Moving forward to the next. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, look at your nose.
So, check, right?
It's so cute.
Wanted to start a segment where we acknowledge, we bring out
how handsome you are.
New restaurants in the area that
you guys look at him.
That's whether tried or not. If you tried them, but if you just heard about it, let us know. I gotta stop this. I have a recommendation. I do.
I'm gonna write it down.
I haven't been there because it's new.
I'm focused. What is the recommendation?
The first one that I've seen, you've probably seen it. You, right you guys. There. Right there, you.
Yeah, you've seen it. You know you did.
But it's called Choices. It's black owned. CHOIXES. The first one I seen was they grabbed a Burger King. They were inside of an old school Burger King. And the food looked good. So they have like burgers and stuff. It's like fast food, right? So it's nothing crazy, but those are black people. So those are our people. Let's at least get out and try them out. Let's give them our support. Let's check them out. Let's see what they about. You never know. You might like it. It might be somewhere you continue to go back to over and over again. You know? Well, because we'd give it to somebody else. So let's try our people out. You know what I'm saying? Let's just try our people.
That part, what he just said, okay? Stop playing with us. But I will say this. I definitely, and I'm glad you said that because I forgot. I wanted to touch on that. That's why it's good to have a partnership. Two heads is better than one. Yes, I wanted to check out Choices, and we still gotta check out Shack Restaurant
before we get too far past that statement. Two heads is definitely better than one. I'll let y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, what you saying? What you saying? No. What you saying about Shack? Oh, yes, this Shack. So I've looked at a couple reviews. I've actually seen some reviews from people that I know. Now, taste buds are ultimately different, right? I've seen some...
Period.
I've seen some okay reviews. So I haven't seen nothing that's just like, oh, you know what, it's a must try. I've seen some okay reviews so far to the point where I don't think it's nasty. I don't know if it's good.
What about regular people who you know ain't got a check from them? Just regular people like you and me who only got, you know what I'm saying, a shooting in
That's
the gym.
That's what I'm saying. I've seen people that I've seen people that I know, like, personally say.
And this at the Shack place.
This the Shack place.
And where is the Shack place?
I don't know. It's one closed now, though.
I'm about to look it up.
I know it's one closed now. We got one closed.
Shack Restaurant, Metro Detroit.
Let me tell you guys, man, start getting out. Exploring these places, these restaurants, just seeing what Detroit has to offer before. If you from Detroit anyway, right? If you from here, it's my message to you guys today.
30 Plymouth.
It's my message for you guys if you from here. It's my message from me to you personally. Get out, do what you want to do, man. Explore these places. Don't let nobody take it away before you get a chance to enjoy it, especially if you're a native. If you've been here, if you deal with all this bullshit weather, all this bullshit that Detroit had to offer, like during those times, you know, let's enjoy the shit that's good before they try to give it to somebody else. That's the only reason why it's here. But let's be honest. We dealt with it for so long. It had no changes. It didn't. The difference is Detroit is a hot commodity now. We got to understand that. If we stand up as people that been here for our shit, don't let nobody take what you got. This is when the time comes in to where the people who own the shit here, you got to stand up for the rest of the people.
And do.
You got to stand up for the rest of the people.
And do.
I understand sometimes a quick sale is like, hey, yo, you know what? I sell this shit. I get a lot of money. But you letting these other motherfuckers in and they trying to take over.
In and down. Certain people you letting in, certain people you letting down.
Yeah, you letting them in. And we heard about it.
No, but for real. That shit is not cool.
No, that's for real, man. Listen, y'all got to really think to y'all neighborhoods that y'all live in, whether you're a renter, whether you're an owner. I ain't gonna say you living for the next person, but just think about, you know what I'm saying?
You got neighbors.
Person. Your neighbor might be somebody that's old as hell that grew up, you know what I'm saying?
A certain way.
In that house. Like, they been in there 60, 70 years type shit, you know what I'm saying? Because they parents had the house. The thing is,
don't do them.
Don't give up on your dream, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you got something going.
It's as if you had a neighborhood housing association.
Right. Don't just let something go.
That's it.
Don't just let something go because you feel like, you know what I'm saying, hey, you know, I'm going to take this money and then just get out of here. No, stand for what we believe in. Like, listen, if you got to go, you got to go.
10 toes the down.
If you got to go, you got to go. But don't let nobody buy you out. Don't let nobody come to you and tell you, hey, yo, I give you this if you leave. Don't let nobody buy you out because they trying to break us up. That's the thing. Don't let nobody come and buy you out. But if your thing is if you leaving, go ahead. I'm not against that. But don't let nobody buy you out of your space. They trying to break us black folks up. They trying to break us up right now, especially in Detroit. As a community, they trying to take over from different states. It's different states that own property in Detroit and didn't know that the value was gonna raise like that. They own property before it was worth something, so now they taking it serious. So y'all gotta take y'all shit, that money, that dollar that you spend, that dime that you spend, take that serious. Listen, read over these contracts y'all signing. I don't give a fuck what it's for. I don't care what a contract is for that you sign. If you ain't got no lawyer to read it, ask the motherfucker, can you take it home? If you can't read it right then and there. Read all that shit, back to front, front to end. What you don't know, put it in Google. Read everything. Nowadays, because that's how they slicking shit by you. That's their motive, to slick shit by a motherfucker. I'm going to make a package so long that they not going to read all this shit. They just going to sign it. And that's in everything. Look at these houses that you signing for. Why the fuck is the package so long? Why the fuck is my motherfucking lease 9 pages? It don't take that long to describe what's going on. But they want it that long because they know you're not going to read it in that short amount of time you're going to sign it. You not going to know all the little stipulations and the bullshit until it come down to a time in the heat of the moment. Then you know the bullshit. Be careful. Read them contracts. Don't let nobody sell you no bullshit. And I don't give a fuck what it's about. Especially now when that money is out. It's income tax time. A nigga will sell you a bullshit contract during a car. What you gotta know is they'll tell you, oh, you get it right now if you get this much money down. What's the interest rate?
Let me talk about this.
Know your just know your shit, bro.
I've been
Read
a victim.
your contracts. That's
or
it.
I am the victor.
Shit. Protect your money. Protect what's yours.
Me and my mom have been a victim of this situation right here. To where we was, I ain't gonna say
bye, leave.
I ain't gonna say we was victims, no, because we were in our victors, but we have dealt with that, where we have had predatory leasing with these cheap broke down cars. My mama got a car that was already like 10 years old, I want to say. Yeah, 8 to 10 years old, right? And these people charged my mama so much interest, and I was really the one who was paying for the shit. But it was in my mama's name, you know, it was really her car, but I was chauffeuring her around in the car because she wasn't driving at the time, you know what I'm saying? And they charged her 56 months for a note. She had to pay that note which had like 20
Is that
something.
4 years or 5?
It's like 5 years. It's over 5 years.
It's over 5.
It's over 5 years.
It's 6 years because you got 2, 4.
She had to pay down payment, interest, and the interest made it go to 56 months. The interest was like damn near 40%, I want to say. At least damn near 30. If it wasn't damn near 40% interest, it was like damn near 30. It was like 24 to 28% interest on this loan that we got for this car. And the car was so old.
That was 4 years. That was 4 years. That was over 4.5 years, basically.
And interest only?
Payment.
Yeah, most definitely. So these car companies,
that's what they do.
They will predatory.
I got a story. Yep, I got a story too that I was in a situation where I was at a point where I was paying for 2008, and it was like 2015. The car was like almost 10 years old. 2008 Ford Focus, smallest car. The interest rate was like 19%.
Yeah.
And I ain't give a fuck because I ain't know what it meant. I didn't give a fuck.
Driving when you wanted to drive.
And then when they make
the down payment low, and you don't understand the contract.
When I told a nigga what I was paying, nigga like, bro, you know how much you about to pay for that old ass car? Like, nigga, you could have took a couple thousand, went and bought a used car that'd probably been way more value than that bitch anyway. Long story short, y'all wanna know what happened? Crashed the motherfucker. Parked it on side of my house. I was gonna try to get it fixed. They came and towed the bitch anyway. They took it away from me.
They towed it as a repossession?
Because I wasn't paying because I was trying to save the money to get it fixed.
They told your shit. That's the thing.
It was total.
I was just about to say that. That's the thing with a repo man. They gotta come get that bitch as is. It doesn't matter. It's collateral for the loan that you took out to pay for it. They want it, and they probably took $500 off, if that. They might not even took a whole $500 off of your full amount that you ended up on. They probably only took like $150 to $300, because if it wasn't nothing they could get off of that bitch, if it wasn't a catalytic converter, brand new tires.
They taking it back to the dealership. They can pay regardless.
What year was it? What year was it? Like, how old was it?
It was like a 2008, and it was like 2015.
They wasn't taking that to the dealership.
Oh, they about to, you feel me? It's total.
Especially since it was total.
They taking it back to show it to them, but they not getting no money
off
of the car. They already got paid.
But they wasn't going to get nowhere near what you owed them for the car, but they would have at least got like $200-$300, depending on how heavy it was. That's what I'm saying. Because they was going to junk it. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So depending on how heavy it was, they might have got like $300. If they'd have took the wheels off,
they already got paid. They garnished it on my check. Sued me, garnished all the money.
Oh, right, because right. Thank you for reminding me of that. And this is Financial Literacy 101. When you get a car with financing, right? What's happening is you're buying the loan. You are buying the money that you pay for the car with. You are not buying the car.
You buying the money.
You're buying the money.
Yes.
And you're buying the money. So let me say, let's go.
You renting the money. You ain't even buying it because you ain't got the money. You're renting the money.
You're renting the money, right? So let's say this is the money, right? The money costs $100. We're gonna say, regardless of how much the money is, if the money is $10,000, it costs you $100 to use it.
To take it.
To use it.
To use
it costs you $100 to use this $10,000 $10,000.
Bingo.
Right? That's the interest. Okay? This is financial literacy 101. That's what they're not teaching us in high school, middle school.
I don't know about college because I ain't never went. Because I was about to say they don't teach you a no level.
I went to college, but it all depends on what class you take. If you don't take econ or business, exactly. This is the money. It's $100,000, even though that's a joke. Let's just say we trying to use it easily to try to get people to learn. Get a picture. So you borrow $100,000. This is the $100,000 that you borrow to start your business, to go to college. Because most colleges cost about $100,000 nowadays. So this is the $100,000 that you borrow for college. Okay, this is the college. We're gonna put it over there. Now, in order to borrow that $100,000 over the course of 4 years, it's going to cost you $100 a month interest, right? So what you have to do now as an adult, because you're 17 and a half or 18, right? 19, 20, however old you is when you decide to go to college, you got to borrow this money. $100,000 you're going to borrow to get a 4-year degree at a medium level college.
And you pay it back at a piece. That's what they tell you.
Yeah,
you your rate. You get time. It's a time frame.
Exactly.
That's how they sell it to you.
Exactly. And they sell it that that is worth 10 times that over the course of 30, 40 years of your career, you're going to get that back so many times. It's nothing, right? So, $100,000, right? And we saying it's going to be $100 a month interest. Now, how do I find out what that is? Now, let's just say
So that's $1,200 a month interest on whatever every year.
I mean, 100,000 debt.
Right.
Wait, 100,000 debt is 12 months in a year, so we gotta divide that by 12. Mm-hmm. So $8,333, right, a month is what you gotta pay in order to pay that $100,000 off in a year.
During the time you ain't got no money.
That's in a year, right? I ain't tripping. Yeah, 12 is a year. Okay, so let's take away the 12 because that's the year. That's not even realistic. We're gonna say 100,000.
That's a million.
I know.
Damn.
Hey, depending on how many degrees you get, you might owe $1 million. Shit. But okay, 100,000, right? And we're gonna divide it by 3 years. We're going to give you 3 years after you graduate to pay off this $100,000. We not, because that's not even really realistic. I don't think none of these loans, it's not that I don't think, I know. None of these loans is expecting you to pay it off in 1 year. It's at least 3 to 6 years.
So do you divide that by 30?
That's right, 36. It's 36 months and 3 years, right?
Right.
So you divide 100 by 36. So that's $2,700 a month that you should be paying.
Is that a month or? Well, yep, that's a month. Yeah, that's light.
That's light. I'm gonna tell you when.
Depending on your situation of what you doing.
I was just about to say, if you are working in your high-paying field, where you're making,
you should be.
Let me
at least double that.
That's all I say. If you are to pay out 27, you need to make at least 5. Anywhere between 5 and 55 in order for this to make sense, right? How many? $5,000 a month? Say what you gotta say.
I was about to say, are you saying that's impossible?
I'm definitely not saying it's impossible. Absolutely not. First of all, nothing is impossible through Christ who strengthens us.
Bingo.
Nothing is impossible.
Bingo.
But I'm going to say,
y'all rewind this episode, y'all going to see.
Nothing is impossible through Christ who strengthens us.
Right.
But what is normal? What is, what's the word I'm looking for? Probable. Nothing is impossible with Christ who strengthens us, but a lot of stuff is improbable, especially if you're not leaning on the Lord and you lean on your own understanding. Because not many of us, especially in our community, in our zip code. Let's just get to our zip code, 482. Or, 482. Even just 482. We just gonna say the first three. We ain't even gonna put the last. Nobody in 482 is just normally.
It don't even matter where we are, yeah.
Nobody in 482 ... normally is making 6 figures plus a month, right? But you got some people that's on YouTube. If you combine YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of these different things, plus you might have a job, a business, you easily seeing $60,000 to $100,000 a month. That's not normal. You know what I'm saying?
What do you?
It's happening online.
What you said? How many figures? Listen,
You think I'm exaggerating? You think I'm lying?
Listen, my thing is nothing is that easy.
I never said it was easy. I'm just saying it's happening. I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy staying alive nowadays in this world.
Right.
It's not easy.
Nothing other than a 9 to 5 has a dialogue like that. You know what I'm saying? And some 9 to 5s make great money. You know what I'm saying? But nothing other than has a dialogue, has a lineup, has a schedule. People can say, you know what, you get online, you could do this and do that and do this, and you do this in the exact order, and I promise you're going to be paid by the end. It don't work. Just because it worked like that for you, but it don't work like that. Listen.
And I'm gonna make another video about this because thank you, Holy Spirit. Let me explain. Let me say something. And I'm glad you said that. And I'm sorry to cut you off, but just let me say this part right quick.
I want you to say something.
The internet is new.
It's not new no more.
Yes, it is. In the grand scheme,
the internet is not new no more, sweetheart. The internet was new when you was fresh out of high school, graduated for a couple years. The internet was new then. The internet is not new no more, baby. Let me tell you this for the people. I want y'all to enlighten Jen checking in. The internet has been around for a very long time, but hasn't been around for you to use handheld.
Enlighten me?
Yes. Hasn't been around for you to use handheld like we can use now. We can carry hotspot. It hasn't been around like that for a long time. But the internet, as much as you don't want to believe, it's been around before cell phones.
As much as who don't want to believe?
So what you telling me is that we didn't have you had internet.
Crazy as fuck. I was on the internet when
you had internet. You just didn't have it on your phone.
Yes, you're right.
Internet has been around for such a long time.
I didn't say that it wasn't. I didn't say that.
You said we didn't have internet. And we can rewind this.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. I did say that. And we didn't have internet.
You had.
Because I guarantee you, in the year 1999, 2000, I guarantee you ain't had internet in your house. If you did, you had it because they sent you them little mail things and you stuck it in there. You had it maybe for 30 days at the most. I guarantee you did not have consistent internet in your house like you do now in 96 and 2000. I bet you didn't have it in 2003. You grew up with your grandma, right? Because I grew up with my mama and I didn't have the internet in my house. I had to go to a fucking predator old ass nigga house to use the internet in 2000. I didn't have it in my house at all. So I know you did because your grandma was older than my mama was.
Well, I'm sorry that what you had to deal with is what you had to deal with. Actually, at my house, we definitely had high-speed internet, to be exact.
It wasn't even no such thing as... Okay, so you younger than me. Because it wasn't even no high speed. It wasn't even no such thing as high-speed internet in 2000.
High-speed internet back then was different from the high-speed internet now. But actually,
we living in your world.
Wow.
No, listen.
Okay,
no.
I'm
looking it up. I'm looking it up. Cause if we had access to high speed internet in 99, 2000, then I was poor than I thought I was, and whatever. I apologize because then I'm just bitter. Call me a bitter Bonnie because I don't think we had high speed internet when I was in 10th grade. I was in 10th, 11th grade in the year 2000. I wasn't even kicked out of Northern yet. I got kicked out of Northern that year. The fall of 2000, Mr. Jones at Detroit Northern High School told me he was not going to give me my 12th grade schedule because I was at the scene of a fight the year before. I wasn't even at the fight. I was at the scene of the fight, though. I ain't even gonna lie. And my girl and the other girl, they fought 1-on-1. Nobody jumped in, but somebody told that I was there. They put my name in it, and I got AT'd from Northern. I got administratively transferred to, they tried to send me to Crossman. They tried to administratively transfer me to Crossman, and I rejected that, and I went to Highland Park Adult Education Career Academy. And so, I'm pretty sure that year. Now, what was we looking up?
You had on your thing.
The internet. No.
Oh, God.
No, not the internet. It was something else pertaining to the internet, though.
I wanted people to tell
What was we just talking about? It was just...
How you was supposed to remember? I just was gone. I was gone.
Auntie got brain fog. I wasn't gonna remember.
Okay. Alright. Obviously it wasn't.
It was something on the internet. It was not Google, but
I'm drawing a blank. I don't know.
I'm gonna look back on this. It's gonna be so funny.
Right, you talking about Auntie? I'm up. So I guess I don't remember neither.
If y'all know, because those of you who are watching this, y'all know what I was just talking about. Comment below so we can pick up where we left off next week.
Yeah,
I'm finna see if I can see, because you guys, if you guys have been commenting on Facebook, I have not seen I ain't seen no. Get that for me. I know, right? It was so good. I have not seen a comment in hours. Okay, so I do apologize. It's not on purpose that we're not responding.
Next week, make sure y'all add the
time to talk it out
page on Facebook. Specifically on Facebook is Talk It.
I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead. Say it.
Specifically on Facebook is Talk It Space Out. I'll make sure you add that. Next week we will be trying to go live from that platform. We'll try a little couple edits during the week.
We will be going live from that platform, and I think we live from that platform. I'm so excited, y'all. I'm so excited because I just started peeping certain stuff. I think we are live from Time to Talk It Out podcast Facebook page right now. Shoot in the gym with us right now on episode 9 is our Time to Talk It Out family.
This the last one before we on double digits. We really been working. Y'all been the motivation here, man. Y'all been the motivation. The work has been dedicated to y'all for real.
My lash is about to fall off if I cry. They only on by 3.
We on 9 episodes. We almost on 10, man.
This is episode 9 right here.
It's 60 days, man.
Oh my God, yes! Oops, what is this? I pushed this. What's that?
That was the gunshots that ain't going on. Okay, listen though. Shout out
60 days in a row. Habit is 21 days.
Because y'all are the reason, man. Shout out to y'all, man. There's big events coming up, man. Listen, because we got big events coming up for y'all. Please tune in to our website. We got a
website. We on.
Shout out to Jen. Shout out to Jen checking in for the website. She been working a lot for y'all. I'm not gonna lie. She been really behind the scenes working a lot for y'all. We've been trying to make a lot happen just for the people, just to show that it's for real. Like, it's not a game. Like,
it's not like we is very appreciative. We are very appreciative of you guys shooting in the gym with us, and we're gonna invest in the channel.
We get here, we talk a little bit, we laugh a little bit. We just want people to kind of just, you know what I'm saying, understand that we really here for the community. We're here to give back, you know what I'm saying? We laugh with one another as adults, you know what I'm saying, at this moment. But we really like to bring awareness to everything that's here. Like, that's what this moment is for. We really like to try to make it let's make it a village again. Let's make it to where we're looking out for one another. We just own that with our kids for sure.
Woo. My God.
And not just the kids, you know what I'm saying? With
and
the
here
adults.
I'm trying to talk it out. We especially are about the kids. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off.
But not just that though. We just with each other though, as one another, as a
the
culture,
human race.
as a culture. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely as a
culture
black
first,
race.
as a culture
a black
first,
race, a black
as
culture.
a black race first, as a culture first. Then it's to the human race, you know. But we gotta look out for ourselves before we look out for anybody else. We gotta stop killing one another. You know what I'm saying? Stop making it easy for the next man. Listen, look out for your brother. Look out for your sister. Look out for your neighbor. That's your neighbor. That's your sister.
Definitely
that's
look
your
out
brother.
for your
that's
neighbor,
your
but
cousin.
pray
That's
for
your
your enemy.
peoples.
Because your enemy, what you fail to realize is that you guys are really allies in the same war that's going on above us. We think we right here, horizontal to one another and on the same level, fighting one another for power, for prestige, for status, for whatever. But at the end of the day, some of us do realize it and just don't care, just choose to act ignorant. Some of us don't realize that the fight is really up here. And I feel like a lot of people that play chess, they realize it and just choose to ignore the red flags, choose to ignore it.
They just don't understand.
Or they don't understand the way that chess.
If you playing checkers, you don't understand chess. You know what I'm saying?
But what if you playing chess and still don't understand that it coincides with real life, and don't understand how you could use your knowledge in chess to win in life?
You just ain't learned the name of the game. You just ain't learned it yet. Once you learn it, it's just something different. You know, for the longest, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, I can't even sit here and tell you I'm the best chess player. I sat, to sum this up, I sat 30 days. So y'all know what that means. I sat 30 days, and within that 30 days,
it felt like 30 months.
But then on that, I learned how to play chess. They said, play this. I ain't got nothing but time. I got my ass whooped for like probably 2 weeks in a row. Just ass whooped. Because I ain't understand. So some people are playing chess.
So when you first got there, that's when they first taught you how to set up the board, taught you what each player meant. You already knew that.
No. They ain't want no teach you how to set the board set up. Hey, young dog, you play this? No, I don't fuck with that. Man, come over here, let me show you this. No, I don't fuck with it. First couple days, I don't fuck with it. I ain't got shit but time. Next time a nigga asks me, I guess I'ma fuck with it. Every day.
So I guess I'ma fuck with it, right? I guess. Do that mean so now I'm gonna reveal to these motherfuckers that I don't know shit about it? Or I'ma just pretend?
No.
Okay, so I guess equals I'ma reveal so that they can learn. So that I can learn.
Cause why I'm gonna lie?
So you could be taught.
Cause obviously, nigga, you been asking me for days. I know you good. I've been seeing you play. If I say I
you
play,
just want somebody to play.
Right.
You
trying to find somebody else to play.
Right. Even if nobody else don't want to play.
You been playing everybody that said they gonna play. So now if I tell you, oh yeah, I know how to play. Now you about to play hard. You about to whip my ass. Now I'm about to look dumb as hell. So I told the nigga, no, I don't know how to play. So the nigga took a teaching moment. The nigga taught me.
Ooh, I love that. Ooh, say that again.
And he had just a moment where he kind of taught me.
Teaching moment.
Teaching moment.
Now, give me some backstory on this. Nah, we gotta go to bed in a minute, so I ain't gonna draw this out too much. But how old were you? This was 30 days. You did 30 days. So we're gonna give it 21 days of learning chess. Because if you was there 30 days,
I was
a
17.
week. You was like, no. Okay, so you was 17 years old.
I was 17.
Okay. 30 days of chess.
That was my, because that was during
and
my
21
first
days of chess focus. So after the first week, you was like, okay, now I'm about to learn.
Days, I ain't gonna lie.
No, 21. 30 was the first. 30. The first week you was like, I ain't playing this shit, and then maybe like, let's say if the first week started on Monday,
because
you got there Monday, right?
Because
by Friday you broke down. I know. I've been there 4 days. I've been in jail 4 days. I've been in jail 4 days.
So that shit probably felt like that to me, but that was probably like 5 days, probably a week.
That's why I said. So you got there Monday. By Friday, you buckled down and was like, all right, I'm going to tell these niggas I don't know how to play, but I'm going to at least learn so I can be able to do something while I'm in here.
Right.
So you was watching at least for 30 days. You might not have been playing for 30 days. But we're going to say you was watching for 7 days, and you was playing focused for 21 days to where now you're going to try to learn.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because even if you watching somebody else,
it don't mean
you
learning.
Still kind of got your focus on because you like, damn, why did he do that? Nigga, I would have did it. Nigga,
right.
But you can't say that because you...
Especially on chess.
Yeah, you in jail.
Yeah, right. So you can't say you only standing in your mind.
The other nigga about to be mad as that bitch. Why the fuck?
You saying it in your head because you confused. You don't know what's going on. And God rest her soul. My grandma played checkers and keno with me when I was little. So I knew how to play checker, but she never played chess with me because maybe she never knew how to play. So like how people be like, it's not checkers, it's chess. You looking at this like it looked like a checkerboard, right? And yeah, your checker pieces is only these little things, and the chess pieces is these little shapes or whatever, but the board looked the same. So when people get to moving crazy all kind of ways, right? To where if you know how to play chess, that's not crazy. But if you only didn't play checkers, you know you're supposed to go dot, 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 dot. You know what I'm saying?
Follow a color.
Exactly. All this crazy shit, how they be doing on checkers. I mean, how they be doing on chess. If you don't know the rules of the game, you don't know the differences of the players. You don't know. And that's where the strategy of life comes in, to where people be like, they should teach you chess as a young person so you can know how to navigate through life.
And that's why
as if it's a chessboard.
This chess, not checkers. That mean this something
that's exactly what
you had to think about, nigga. You couldn't go with the flow. This
ain't
with the flow type deal.
And a kid who got stopped at playing checkers, right? If all your grandparent, like how my grandmama only taught me how to play checkers and keno, which was checkers and poker mixed together. If that's all your grandparent or parent did taught you how to play, then you don't know how to play chess.
Facts.
And God forbid you have to go to jail to learn.
Because you know why though? Because chess wasn't a common game to play
in the black community.
A lot of people didn't understand it.
A lot of black kids start playing it either if they went to a white school, or the black people start playing it when they went to prison with white people.
It was Parks.
That was after the prison shit. Remember, the prison shit go all the way back.
Jen checking in. There was Parks way back. There was Parks that individuals played chess in. That's where they gathered to play.
Baby, let me explain to you. Let me explain to you that the parks, these people start coming to the parks to play chess after they got out of prison. We didn't even have money to buy a chessboard. They weren't teaching us how to read. They don't play chess that they know was going to teach us strategies in life. We start learning chess in prison when we start being integrated in prison with the white boys. And then we brought it back to the streets, to the parks, to the hood, to the trap, even though the trap was different. I'm going to tell you what I think about when I think about that. I think about Malcolm X. I think about Malcolm Little. Not Malcolm X, but Malcolm Little. Detroit Red. That nigga that was in prison learning chess.
So my question to you, was that once not a competition or not?
What you mean it was
like a chess competition for like
it was a competition always. Yes, it was a competition back then when Malcolm X was learning it. But what I want you to understand is back then we had a whole lot more black unity. You know what I'm saying? So if you had a new black guy coming in, right, who didn't know how to play chess because he been out on the street out with the white people that wasn't teaching them nothing that was gonna teach him. You got this black guy coming in to the prison, you want to teach him at least the basics of the game, so he can team up with you against the white people. I
think that what you need to do is you need to look back a little bit. Chess was a thing that was in school. Chess was a competition.
I know.
In schools.
But it wasn't no competition in a lot of these black schools. You gotta know that a lot of the stuff that they had in the white school we ain't had.
Listen, one of the first famous black chess person, I'm not mistaken.
I'm not saying none of them didn't have it.
I'm saying he was black. I'm not mistaken. One of the first famous chess players that was good was a black person, and I could be wrong, right? And so I'm gonna do my homework and I'm gonna come back. But one thing about chess is you cannot take this away from our people. Our people have not ran this game for the majority because our people are brilliant. This is our people. This is our people type of game, right? When I learned this shit, right? This shit is the war. Chess is the war. It's basically conducting the war on a board. You got pawns, you got rooks, you got all this shit before you get to your king and your queen, right? But your queen, you protecting that motherfucker. You will even send your king out.
Before your queen.
Before your queen, baby. Because you lost your queen, you lost the game.
I like that. I'm about to use that. If you lost your queen,
you lost the game. The game is over. So it's very important that you conduct this in a certain way that you know your soldiers went out and died for a reason. When you start losing your big men, you were losing them for a reason.
Because you lost your queen already.
No. Your queen is... Once you lose your queen, the game over.
That's what I'm saying. If you lost your queen...
So you didn't lose her yet. You lost... They got pawns. They got rooks. All these niggas are in the forefront. They're in the front. They're for to take the fire.
You put the pawns...
The pawns, the rooks. That's what they're for.
They go out in front.
You gotta use... They already set like that. You just gotta use them smart. You can't just let them die like how you do in a checker game. You know how you got your niggas in the front in a checker game. You like, shit, I'm a killer.
I don't even look at it.
But that's
the problem. See, look, let me say this before I forget. That's the problem with me and checkers versus chess. I don't even look at the freaking players or the little circle things that I'm moving as people. You know what I'm saying? As a king, queen, you know what I mean? Because they don't teach you that. They just teach you this is the one that's right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother.
That's never gonna win in chess.
And that's like in life, though. Can I say this?
Yep.
Can I say this?
Say exactly.
That's like in life. When you get to a certain age and when you want to move to a certain level, when you want to move from checkers to chess, you have to forget everything you learned before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to forget everything you learned before.
Because it's
you have to forget it all. And then some of the stuff you relearn, right? If it's relevant, you relearn it. Like the fact that you got the different color squares. You got red and black on the checkerboard. You relearn it. You certain things that you need, you relearn it. But certain stuff you throw away. It's like you eat the meat and spit out the bones.
It's like you not mad you forgot about it. That's like saying, you know what? I learned.
Well, no, I'm not mad because I'm forgetting on purpose.
Let's be the difference. I learned how to eat fish because I learned that fish got these bones in it that you take. So when I took this one class, I learned how to eat fish. But then this other class taught me how to fish. I forgot everything they said, cause now you taught me how to fish. That's something different.
Well, I'm not gonna say
you brought me to a whole nother level. I could catch my own.
But see, look,
I
let me say
keep
something.
the ones I like. I can throw the ones back I don't. I can clean the one. I can eat. These are ones that I won't. I could go and get. I could do this forever. Like, it's a difference in the levels of shit that when you taught is what I'm saying. Everything has a level. And that's it's a difference in levels of what you taught. And sometimes you may feel like in the beginning, man, they taught me something. Until you learn it, you feel like a nigga's just showing me the basics of this shit. Like, I ain't saying you ain't tell me nothing that I ain't, like, if I ain't know the basics, I ain't saying you ain't tell me nothing I ain't know. But you ain't tell me nothing extravagant. You told me the basics. Like, until you know is what I'm saying. You go through a lot of different feelings, like, on a lot of different things. Like, and when you know, then you can tell the difference. It's like, I already know that. Like, so what did you feel like you was doing? Like, even if you already know, he might have had swindled in something that you didn't know. And you like, damn, I knew everything else but that.
Because maybe I wasn't paying attention when that lesson got served.
Even if he got an own trick to himself, right? It's not like that you're lost, right? So it's a difference. It's a difference in not knowing, like, I don't know.
But people be lost.
People do. In a lot of situations. That's very common in a lot of situations. When you're in a situation that is something that is like, I know this.
But, okay.
I forget what...
No, we were talking about. No, I do the same thing. We were talking for 3 hours, so it's easy to lose your train of thought. But I mean, we all have been lost, and it's easy to get lost in love, right? When you in a relationship with somebody and you lost to where you think you going left, because normally if somebody is on their way here, they would go left. Case in point. You know what I'm saying? We go downtown, right? Normally, if somebody is going downtown, they would, leave here, go X, Y, Z, left, right, hit on the freeway here, go right. You know what I'm saying? But you got some people who choose not to even get on the freeway. So their path will be different. Their journey, same destination. You know what I mean?
Destination.
And it's easy to judge or to look at somebody that's in something that's different as if it's wrong or dumb or whatever. That's why I have to check myself all the time, especially in this new generation. And that's why I feel like it's important that we be willing to grow. You be willing to move with your cheese.
Y'all new generation different. I heard this saying that I never heard before. I'm not even gonna tell y'all what it mean. I'm trying to see if I can get it right. He said, okay.
It must be crazy.
If we got any YNs in here with us right now, I want y'all to tell me what's the definition of a YN who say, I be bopping. If you ain't in here with us right now, leave a comment, because I ain't even going to say what it means.
What the fuck does bopping mean?
He said, I be bopping. I know the meaning. I just want to see if anybody going to come with it. You come with it. Matter of fact.
We'll talk about it next week.
Matter of fact. We'll talk about it next week and on the next week's event. If somebody get this right, I'm cash apping you $5 on the next episode. I know $5 ain't a lot, but I ain't got a lot of money, so I don't care what y'all say.
Yeah.
But I'm giving y'all something. You ain't gotta work for it.
We finna
Matter of fact, I do you one even better. I give you 10. I'm giving y'all 10. If you know,
that's 2, 3 5s, and tell you where you can go get a $5 3-5 of that Mary Joanna if you don't already know.
And listen, I'm giving you $10 if you know what bopping means for the YN.
Okay, so wait, hold on. So if you know what bopping means, that's an extra what?
That's just $10. There's no extra.
So you gotta know about the weed and the bopping part?
No, it ain't no weed part. The part is, I bop it. You gotta know what bopping is. I use it in a sentence. I say I be bopping.
Okay, so $10 if you know how to use bopping in the sentence correctly.
You just gotta know what I mean. I already used it in a sentence. Just watch this. I be bopping.
Let me work. Let me cook.
Okay, now she don't believe in me. And I already know my YNs, though. I'm for my YNs, but she don't believe in me. So
I do believe in you. What are you talking about?
You know what? My YNs probably gotta let her know what the deal is.
If you say that, though, you're gonna have to give the $10 to a whole lot of people. This is just narrowing it down.
It's gonna be the first
If you know how to use, but you are the first person who know how to use bopping in a sentence, not just the first person who get through, right?
First person who know what bopping means that.
So if you can use it in a sentence, then you know what it means. So I'm right. If you know how to use bopping correctly and no definition, that's what I wrote. Is that right?
That's fine.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure because people will try to come and get your $10.
Okay, that's fine.
And they not finna take advantage of your $10 on my watch.
Okay. Say that.
I'm sorry. I mean, what? I'm supposed to say no. I'm supposed to say sorry, not sorry. Because I am sorry, but at the same time, I'm not sorry because I am me. And I don't know.
No, we good. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm okay with that. Listen, if y'all know anybody, make sure y'all let them know how it's gotta go. Y'all either gotta drop a comment, tell the person you know, drop a comment, or I thought we was putting a number somewhere. Maybe not. But
we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers on TikTok so we can go live on TikTok. So share this page in a group if you don't mind. It's free. Share this video and or this page or our website. I'll have the website link below in the description. Share the link to the website in your favorite group.
Interaction is the best, man.
Yes, engagement.
Say what you want.
Engagement.
How you feel. Say whatever it is that you feel.
Engagement is the best. That's how I feel.
Say what you said that need to be said on this page.
Engagement over girlfriend, boyfriendship. Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
But we here, you know what I'm saying? So
it ain't my fault they called it engagement.
The thing is, come in, holla at us.
I didn't make that up.
We're doing lives. Listen, we will be actively live Monday next on Facebook as well, live to where you can come in and drop comments.
Live.
We will be doing research to where we can get it to where, you know what I'm saying, we'll be live. So
we live tonight.
We apologize for the
I'm about to show you. Hold on. He don't know because he used to us not being live, but I'm about to show him how we live. I'm about to show him into them.
I don't know. I'm the one who told her.
Let her cook.
That's okay.
Big Glow come through.
So that's okay. But for my people, we love you guys for tuning in. One thing is for sure is sticking together makes us a stronger unity. Don't never forget that.
A braid is stronger than one piece of hair.
Don't never forget that. And we are here for you guys just as well as you're here for us. Just know that what you put in, you can get out triple.
Oh my God. Exceedingly and abundantly more than you could ever dream or imagine.
Just know that this is a real movement. Like I said, tune in to the website. You guys can really check into the movement. It's not just nothing that we talking about. It's really facts. This is really for real. Shout out.
We had 26 comments on here. I meant to say that tonight. I'm sorry. We had to shout out to the 26 people that commented on here tonight. I couldn't see it.
Shout out to your girl Jen checking in on the website.
Oh, yes. Look on our Facebook page for the link to the website.
She did her big one. Listen, make sure you guys add the Facebook. Make sure you guys add the YouTube. Make sure you guys just add every platform. Listen. Also, shout out to your girl Jen checking in on all the platforms on iHeartRadio,
Apple Podcasts, whatever.
All the platforms that you can hear it without looking. Shout out to you, girl.
Thank you.
So,
thank you, Chocolate Drop.
We're really making big movements. It's really an effort here to give back to you guys, and I really want to say that the effort
Love you.
For the majority of part, it's probably been given back by your girl Jen. She's been working hard. I have some. We got some stuff coming up together. She like to call it together to try to cover for what I don't do.
We are a team.
But we are a team. So I'm trying to make up to her. I'm in debt.
I didn't even know how to hook this.
I'm in debt with her by a mile away. So you guys got to give me a little minute, but we got some events coming up. But
Travel Bays love the kids.
They're going to be big things. Check out the website.
Time to talk it out about the kids' future.
Check out the website. There's things to come.
Yes.
And there's gonna be things following. So once again, we appreciate you guys, man. I don't know. We're gonna have a slogan to end with eventually, but right now, you shooting in the gym.
Shooting in the gym with us, man. Shout out to everybody black. I'm rooting for everybody black. It's National Minority Health Month. It's Stress Awareness Month, and it's Financial Literacy Month. There are a bunch of other months that are being celebrated in April. Sexual assault and child abuse prevention is another one. So shout out to all the causes, shout out to all the survivors, shout out to everybody who is acknowledging their mental health and is working on maintaining the sound mind that God gave them and that refuses to operate in fear but live in faith. Okay, we love you guys. This is episode 9 and it is in the freaking books. This is a long one.
Hey, listen.
This has been a long one.
One more thing before we done though. I want to take a shout out a couple people. I don't even know why I waited so long. I'm sorry to you people if you are attending. I don't want you to feel disrespected. I want to shout out Casanet first and foremost. Casanet. First and foremost, Casanet has been a big influence on everything that he's done.
Yeah.
He's bought his people a house somewhere.
Casanet.
Yep, to everybody.
So he didn't have to get on their nerves like inviting people over and
he
stuff.
Bought he used to rent them ones that he was doing them in. He bought a whole one so all of his friends, fandom, fucking
kind of like the Detroit Castle nigga.
Duke Dennis. He bought one so everybody could come and record in. Big shout out to Casanet for that, man. You a real one, man. Listen, I'm glad that you was the one who got money. Casanet also invited Steve the Stoner over. Steve the Stoner. I do not like your dance, Steve the Stoner, but...
Get the uptown.
But Casanet...
I knew
Casanet invited him over. Casanet said, shout out to Steve the Stoner and Casanet. I'm still gonna shout you out. Cause I don't.
But Steve the Stoner, he don't like you, so.
Yeah, we gotta do that too. And then you know what? Another thing, last but not least, with Casanet, it's very heavily that it's supposed to be another 106 in Park with Casanet and Keke Palmer. Big shouts out to that.
That would be great.
Casanet also. Me and Jen checking in would love to come and shoot a fucking stream with you if that's possible. We will tag you in here. You will know about it. We would love to come and do that. You know.
Say that one more time, love.
Hey, Casanet. Me and Jen checking in. Would love to come.
Me and Jen.
Please, man. At least inbox
we want to come in the basement because that look like the basement. No,
I mean it looked like his room. But listen. Check us out. I loved every video. Sexy Red, fucking Drewski and Kevin Hart, all of it. Listen. Casanet, man. Check us out, man. At least send us an inbox or something, man. Listen, man. We
gotta get a P.O. bar. It's in the works.
We launching, but Casanet, you would be a great inspiration for us both. Somebody we can both talk to, maybe get on the set with you for a minute or whatever. It would be greatly appreciated. Shout out to Kai. As a regular, man, we do this for y'all, man. It don't matter what, man. Rain, sleet, snow, gotta work the next day, gotta go and do whatever. We do this for y'all. This how much we really care about trying to put on for
No, but for real.
people. Like, for real.
No, but for real. You guys are a blessing. Okay, let me just look. Like, I just want to go and do a little cheat sheet. I just want you guys to all know that you guys are a blessing, and I just want to see the level of support, okay, that we have here on YouTube for the channel Jen to check it in, Lord. Jen checking in, okay? Jen checking in has 143 subscribers, so I appreciate every last one of you guys. Let's double it up, okay? Let's get 386 by Friday, okay? I challenge you guys, 386 subscribers on Jen checking in by Friday. And so in the same note and with the same finger, I need you guys to subscribe to Time to Talk It Out podcast. It's going to be tagged in everything I post, and I'm going to go and redo my old videos.
TTTIO
podcast at youtube.com or
Make sure y'all subscribe, man. Listen, y'all gonna find a way. It's gonna be navigation to everything else. I want y'all to know that, it's a couple different sites, but we gonna separate. You know what I'm saying? We gonna separate, kinda. It's what you want to see, so.
Wait, can I ask you a question right quick without seeming weird? Because I know we was able to go live on Facebook, but did you know we were live on YouTube as well?
We was not live on Facebook, but we probably was live on YouTube.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Okay, we already got 22 whole views.
I love it. So we will be live on YouTube from here on out. I did see a thing that let us live. It was a surprise to her. She don't know, but we working. We're working. Everybody's working. The work that she does, it just
you guys.
It's a lot. So. Please
this is the YouTube channel. You see that? Don't pay my nails no attention. I do here. That's the logo.
We just gonna set it to them. Please tune in, guys.
Click in the description.
This is like that. This is a movement. You guys, it's because of you. Because of you, you're all shooting in the gym with us. That make us go harder. You know what I'm saying? So we got.
I'm ready to upload a video tonight.
Look at her. Y'all got her ready to turn up. Y'all got her ready to turn up.
Upload a new video right now.
We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. One thing is that, listen, stay tuned. And it's going to be more to come, man. It's only episode 9. After this one, just imagine we in double digits, man. We talking crazy, man. We got some crazy giveaways coming up. Yeah. We got some barbecue contests coming. We got some stuff coming up, man.
Check our website. Man.
Stay tuned.
And stay tuned for more structured, serious coming up in the future. And it's still gonna be funny because my eyelash is gonna probably always be crooked.
We always for the community. We love the kids.